outperforming Anthropic. And I'm actually seeing more about this model as we go, so I'll talk about it a little bit, and I'll pull up Microsoft because, of course, they back OpenAI. New model is GPT-5. Newest model family. Sol is the flagship model, and Terra, Luna are the lower cost variants. So Terra and Luna. New state-of-the-art on-terminal bench 2.0 and outperforms Mythos and Fable 5 in coding workflows. So apparently coding specific model here for OpenAI. This is again called GPT 5.6. Back to you.
I'll believe it when I see it. I'll believe it when I see it. But, you know, I'm wishing OpenAI the best.
Of course.
I'm not impressed.
Yeah, absolutely, man. We got just going through some of the list, see what everybody's got going on here. John Roberts loves saying this. Popo Joe looking to regulate again. All right, man. Who else we got? Yes, I show. Okay. Some portion. Charlie Taff, I seen you tag me earlier in the day. How's your day? Los Pollos, Tesla Brothers. Yeah, I know, dude. Trust me, I missed out on this opportunity here today. What a dip. That Trump truth. It's true, man. That was a good opportunity, to get involved in that name. And unfortunately, we just couldn't get that rock. Super buy program. We have Circle up 8%, right? This is looking fantastic. We talked about BMNR up 2%, almost double than what ETHA is. MSTR only up 0.1%, while Bitcoin's up 1.5%. What kind of leverage play is this, Michael Say? Like, come on, man, make sure I set up, guys. Tell me when I'm leaning towards the side, because when I get in chill mode, it just doesn't even matter. Robinhood up to $97. I'm glad that we held up on some levels here. I see Robinhood do some big things, and that's going to buy big. I mean, head back towards the all-time high. I think we just have the narrative, and I think all the tailwinds, boss name, can definitely send us in that trajectory. I feel like we've from Bitcoin to a certain extent, so that's not horrible whatsoever. Broadcom is actually weak here today. Meta up 2%. So we've ran through our watch list on multiple occasions.
You okay?
Yeah, let's go, man. Let's go TKO. Pretty good and bright here with this name, up 6% on today's session, man. I was happy I was buying this in the 180. It's just a big, nice move. Like, I mean, look at this. December of 23, this is just a steady stock that you want to own. You're not going to get the craziest amount of appreciation, but just nice, steady uptrends with anything too dramatic. That's my narrative, man. Shout out to... Well, actually, not a shout out to Togi. Did you hear? You don't know who'd like him. You might not. I don't know. I think Togi is hilarious. Anyways, this guy wins about $2 million. He's a young kid, too. He wins $2 million on betting on Paris Saint-Germain, right? So he's like, all right. He's like, what do I do with this $2 million now? That's crazy. So he goes and talks.
He betted against Arsenal, huh?
Yeah, he bet. Yeah, okay. So yeah, it might be cheese, but you might like what's coming up. So he goes to a financial advisor.
Okay.
And he's like, "What am I going to do with this money?
I hope he loses it all."
Wow.
No, I don't.
With his next scheme that he's on, the chances of him doing it, this killer, he's sarcastic, and he does dumb
Chris
things.
is ripping, guys. It's absolutely ripping. You need to be careful with this one. All right, go ahead, Joey.
What he does, he goes to the financial advisor and said, hey, you can invest X amount of money into the stock market, but you're going to be looking at an average of 10% a year. He's like, what am I going to do with 10%? That's not what I'm looking here to do. So what does he goes buys $100,000 worth of scratch tickets that have a $10 million grand prize, which he doesn't understand.
I feel like I know where this is going. He lost it all, didn't he?
He lost it there, so it didn't really work out. Hired a bunch of people to run the scratch tickets, and it didn't work out. So I won $20 on my Lotto Max ticket. Take the Togi route. Won a couple.
Doubled it? Double or nothing,
and then I bought some more. Yeah, so I won like $40 on that one. Nice on that. So bought a couple scratch tickets. My boy.
That scratch ticket you got me for Christmas in the locker.
Yet?
No,
bro. I don't. That's a 50,000 right there.
Yeah. Well, you know, maybe there is a statute of limitations on that, right? Like they do time out.
Yeah, so go and get the scratch 50K.
I'd rather live in suspense.
Same.
Maybe I won, maybe I didn't.
You never check your lottery tickets, right?
I know, I do. My old man always makes me. But as there
goes Chris. We got 32 high a day right now on CRIS. I can't even tell. 36.90, so essentially 37. We got a bunch of prints on this one into the high. I'm looking for more, man. I'm not, guys. I'm looking for a 50 penny move here. Maybe I've got, you know, the goggles on here, the bias goggles. But hey, let's see where this one can go. I like Joey. It hasn't breached prior bar low since that doji candle at 1250 on the 5-minute chart. Every subsequent print has held prior bar low. By way of example, in the current 5-minute setup, prior bar low is the current bar low, 32.25. So I'm looking for continuation here, even though it is coming. If it breaches prior bar low, that's where I will get out. So as I mentioned, prior bar low is coming in here, 31.50. So we're going to go 31 for the remaining amount. Yeah, there we go. 1 for the remaining amount, and that's how many we have left. So we'll go 30 and then 21. That way, we'll take the subjectivity out of it. What's going on with this chat, man?
I don't know. He keeps saying the same thing, so I gave him a 10
yeah,
second.
Yeah, you got to time him out,
No, just for 10 seconds. Just
all right,
to
Joe.
There. Yeah, do your thing.
We're keeping Sia waiting. It is now 1:12, so let's start the new segment with Sia.
Blammo.
Thank you so much. Let's start with the story that I did mention earlier, but we're going to, again, take a bit of a deeper dive at what's going on with these semi-stocks today. Under pressure after yesterday, we heard that Apple is raising its prices for MacBook and iPad, citing higher memory and storage costs. And investors are worried that rising comp could eventually pressure this AI infrastructure spending, also the broader tech demand. So this comes just one day also after MU has reported its blockbuster earnings. Soaring memory costs are expected to reduce global personal computer shipments by 10.4% and smartphone shipments by 8.4% in this year alone, according to Ranjit Atwal, who's a senior director analyst at Gartner. Also pointed out to quarter-end portfolio rebalancing after a strong run in these AI stocks in this sector, adding a selling pressure to this already extended sector.
Yeah, and that's the thing. So like I was saying this morning on the big desk, I feel like a limit here, a ceiling that we can get into memory prices without corollary demand destruction. It's kind of similar to the argument that you always hear about gas and fuel. At a certain point, you know, it hits whatever you guys pay there in the States at the high, $4.5, $5, $6 a gallon. People stop driving, or people stop filling up, or they start looking for alternative arrangements. There's going to come a point where, you know, the growth is so prohibitively high, the component customers, the clients like the Apples, everybody else, are going to look for alternative arrangements, and they're going to try to maneuver around this, right? And I just give you guys an example here. So RAM servers are projected to devour 56% of the global in 2026. Guys, that's up from a record year last year where it was 37%. It moved 20% in 1 year. So that, you know, that is a big move here. And then the operating margins are growing along with it. That's the thing. It's not like they're just taking more demand and constraining this for others, but the price is moving along with it as well. And now we're talking about 90% operating margins, and that's what the ceiling is, according to analysts. They're saying after that 90% operating margins, we're likely destruction, Joey. Is that something that you think that will happen? Will people kind of do the same thing they would prices when they start rocking up, changing their habits?
At one point, you have to come to the realization if something comes too expensive, you can only pass so much on to the consumer, and then you have to come to the realization: is this going to be for us or not? I think that's a big question. It's definitely looming in the air, right? Is obviously these memory costs continue to skyrocket. So that's where I stand on that. Eventually, you might be like, hey, this is too expensive. We need this bottleneck to slowly start to down. And where are you going to see that?
Where are you going to see it?
The hyperscalers, man, they're going to slowly stop spending as much because they're like, hey, HBM, it's too expensive. We're not going to.
Or they're for it. And like, that's the thing, right? Like you've seen some companies take a bit of a different take on this. Cerebus, right? They're including SRAM in their chips, completely diverting around HBM, and that's saving them a lot of money. However, it comes with the drawbacks. It's not as capable, nor is it, future-proof. So if things do change and the LL, whatever you're running these things on, do require more compute, so to speak, they're not going to be able to keep up, and you're going to have to get new chips. So there is a little yin and yang there.
Hold on, I want to bring this up before we get into the super chat there. Thanks, Daniel, my favorite guy. So what we got going on here is this article is essentially stating that the Gen AI growth is going on is 3 times faster than the majority of the exponential growth cycles that we've seen before, right? And what are we going to compare to? The internet bubble, mobile apps in 2007, and cloud computing. You can just see the rapid pace in which this is really, really growing at. Sharif, I'm not calling it a bubble or anything along those lines because I think it's a little bit different. It's actual change in my opinion, but at some point we always know this. Supply meets up with demand, or it just gets too expensive to the point people aren't really. So yeah. All right, yeah, let's go.
How about we cover that?
Yeah, she's in a chair. That's what I'm saying.
My sister hit a scratch ticket for $1 million.
Yeah.
2 years later, she was back to hitting up the cheese for a loan. Be aware of the. Yes, I have heard that statistic where lottery winners, I don't know within how many years, either end up being right where they started or they lose a lot of it. Have you ever watched that housing show where people who win the lottery hire that real estate guy to go and find them a new house? I forget what it's called, like My Dream Lotto Home or something like that, man. Yeah.
I would like to think that I have the utmost confidence in myself.
I would throw it into the Q's and the SPY.
All of it?
Most of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Show them the chart. Should we show them the chart?
Do we need to do that?
I think we need to. Because we got to remind everybody what direction the market goes. Go monthly on that.
Did you buy your Lotto Max ticket this week, Sharif?
I did not.
40 schmilly.
For that monthly,
I feel like I have a winner on this one, buddy. 40 schmilly. 30 of that is automatic going into money markets.
So this is the monthly chart.
Yeah.
How far back is that part on the left? That's 2010. It looks like.
Do we need to?
You know what I mean?
And
this pays a divvy.
Yeah.
The SPY pays a divvy.
Absolutely.
The Qs, they all pay divvies, right? So
what is that in 20 years almost?
20 years. What's the percentage?
You get 1,000%.
1,000%. 20 years. I'll take
some good compounding. Now, if I happen to win this 40 schmilly, at least 55% of it is going right into the money market. The rest we put in another 30% into the Nasdaq.
You're going to put it into treasuries?
Short terms, yeah.
Short-term treasury, just so you can stay liquid. Is that the idea?
Maybe 2 years,
Yeah.
2 years, 2 years.
I don't think that's a bad idea.
And maybe a little bit have a 10-year there and everything. You're going to lose money to inflation at that.
You're not going to do 60-40? 60 equities, 40 bonds?
Bro, at that point, man, it doesn't even matter, dude. You just have it out there. You set up a trust fund for they can just relax and stuff like that.
If you do that, that's generational money.
Right, you know what I mean? Dude, you just chill out. You have the rest. You buy a couple of properties. Catch me in either Da Nang or Belize. And
Trump, guys. Yeah, he just dropped something here. Do you want to take this one, Sia?
It's a pure comment, and I'm just going to pull up. Give me 1 second over here. Yeah, I will be speaking at 1:30 p.m. the Faith and Freedom Coalition, and one of the statements, I think perhaps the most important of them, concerns the recent election of the communists in our country. This is politically backed. I am not going to, it's all fully politically backed, nothing related to the stock market, but the stock market isn't moving either. If Adara wants to, she can, but
it's all politics. I'm not.
Yeah.
For that. All right, let's actually just throw back to C and go to the next topic.
They'll kill you and they're terrorists and they'll close you.
Let's take a look at our next ticker. We're going to talk about Apple. We have been talking about these stocks quite a lot, but it's because they're important. So let's take a look at that. Apple has shocked investors, as you do know it, by raising prices across much of its Mac and iPad lineup, citing significantly higher memory and storage costs. So this move has, I'm so sorry about that. This move has raised concerns that the rising semiconductor prices are beginning to pressure even the industry buyers. So investors are worried that Apple may be forced to absorb component costs or continue raising prices, potentially pressuring demand and gross margins. Some analysts are also estimating that this memory inflation can potentially add roughly 200 component costs per AI-enabled PC. So despite this, Apple still generates industry-leading margins and continues shifting higher margin services revenue. And with that, Apple is up on the day 1.3%.
Okay, so I have the same take that I had yesterday when this news broke. We looked at the different products that you're going to see a memories raise on. And when you look at the percentage of revenue that those products count for, and then kind of juxtapose them to the revenue that's brought in by iPhone, I don't want to say a drop in the bucket, but it's not even close, okay? So I believe the sell-off was not the market fearing that there's going to be a huge drop in MacBook sales, and by virtue of that, a huge drop in Apple's revenue. What the market is doing and what analysts are, they're superimposing these memory price increases, and they're seeing what the likely increases on the next generation of iPhones will be. And then they're making the educated guess that it's going to have X amount of demand destruction. So that's what I think is happening here, because that is their needle mover. It is the iPhone. It is not the MacBook. It's not the iPad. Services obviously is a good mover for that's not impacted here. So that's my opinion about this whole thing. That's how I feel. And I did mention yesterday that Apple, or it leaked, we never know if these leaks are accurate or not. It leaked that Apple had a plan going into this fall about how they were going to deal with RAM. So my understanding is that they're going to make exclusive features that you can't get on the regular iPhone 18. You're going to have to upgrade to the Pro. And by virtue of that, they push you into their more expensive product, and then they protect their margins. That's my understanding of what Apple's going to do. Obviously, we'll find out in the fall. Obviously, they'll have that 18 regular model so that they can appeal to the different markets that there are. So I think that this is how Apple's going to navigate it. Whether or not that's going to be, number one, margin compressing, where they'll have to take a hit. Number two, perhaps less handset sales. If we see stuff like that, Apple is it's gonna go back to 225 or 250. And I personally don't mind, because that will just give me another opportunity to buy. This is I'm just gonna hold on to forever.
Yeah, I mean they're passing price on like 13% of constructing the iPhone, 13% of that, which is now increased, is memory. Now you see it on the higher end phones like the iPhone Max, the Pro Max. You're going to see a little bit of an uptick in pricing, dollars. But I mean, listen, when you go on such a big time run, the market's going to find something. Now, if you go in the middle of this stage where we're currently in, where everyone's selling money and Apple sitting on a bunch of cash, and this headline comes out, I think the stock reacts a little bit different. There's things that you have to correlate, and that comes from a technical. Just at the peak, you're extremely extended, in my opinion, and then sure enough, you have these headlines start to drop. I mean, because it's nothing new. You know, with the price of RAM decline, so now that it's getting passed on to the consumer, sometimes the market just needs a little spark to light the fire strafe, and that's what happened here in Apple.
Just give me the line.
I'm not saying it'd be a free fall. It had a pretty bad day, but in the long run, the company will be just fine. Are you going to see a decline in sales? Maybe a slight downtick, but don't forget what we just came off of with the iPhone 17, like double-digit growth. So I'm surprised that you're having these headlines start to come out, and maybe you see a downtick a couple within iPhone sales in the next couple of quarters.
So Joey, I'm part of the iOS 20, right?
Yeah.
So we're now on beta 2. So it's the second update. Joey, it's still this.
Yeah.
We still haven't gotten the new upgraded Siri, right? So it's not supposed to do that rainbow anymore. Siri's supposed to come down from the Mimic Island at the top.
I like that Siri anyways. I think that's more cool.
But I get that that's the animation. It's not even the animation I'm talking about. We're
I know what
supposed
you're
to
saying.
have actual Siri app, right? It's supposed to look like chat and stuff. We haven't gotten that yet. iOS 27, and I have the 17, so you can't say my hardware
isn't
not
enough.
good enough. Joey, we're still hanging out here near highs on CRIS. So I want to tell everyone holding this position. I feel it's bull flagging here with a 36 levels resistance, 32 support. It's dancing around 34 and 35. Let's see how this cookie crumbles. We're still in a lot. So I'm thinking, you know, if this one catches a price spike up, I'm looking half also. I want to mention PCLA just popped off that 5 3/4 and just ripped up into 8.5. So PCLA was a multiple halter earlier on. It lost VWAP, but here it is. I'm not going to have anything on it yet, but keep your eye out on that one. Anything before we send to see it?
Yeah, Hypercube saying Siri is unusable. I wouldn't go that far, but it's not good, dude. You're not wrong whatsoever. But that's the whole plan, right? That's what you're expecting, is that you have the more agentic feature with the where it's almost like a Google. Like you can like show it images, use your camera, and it can tell something specific is, map things out for you, hit your agenda, even though it can already. But yeah, it can be significantly better than what it is. I don't disagree. And I think it's only going to benefit the Apple ecosystem. All right, before we send it over.
Yeah, we got to go do that, bro.
We got to do Mr. B. Davis. Okay, I better read this first.
No,
okay, and it's good.
Yeah.
Lady still going strong. Queen Adara, Captain Sharif, and Mibretta Joe. Let's see you, girl. Enjoy your weekend, team. Keep being great, 100%. AMD, let's go. I missed the move. More upside. In Sue, we try. Oh, I see what you did there, Mr.
Love
B.
it, man.
Davis,
That's a
appreciate
sick
it, man.
super, man. I love that.
That's
Shout
a
out
good
to
one, man.
Mr. B. Davis, we love you, brother. Thank you for the super.
Yeah,
dive.
but
Very
we got to answer AMD.
AMD.
Yeah.
You want to get on that? I'll
Hop
get
on
on
it, man.
You want to go?
So it doesn't matter. We can do rock, paper, scissors.
Let's have a look at
AMD.
AMD.
Thank you,
What
mister.
was it called again, Joey? What was it called?
Oh,
The
Advanced Money Destroyer? But
Yeah,
then
or it was Duplicator,
it's now
depending on how you
Duplicator.
felt about it right there.
Oh.
Assassino, you know too much,
did they
bro.
hear you on that?
You know too much. All right, here you go, Joey. Look at this. A lot of bottoming tail candles off that. That 500 is getting defended quite staunchly there, at least for the last few days. 23, they've all bounced off that 500. That's the good side of the analysis. The bad side is we're putting in lower highs, right? And I don't earn it all. I think you pick up some if it loses at 475. That is an area as well. I'd look for support. Certainly for me, I'd be picking up at 450. That's a prior area of support as well. I've never owned AMD, much to my chagrin, of course, because it's obviously a fantastic name. But Joey, we've seen this pattern before, man, where this kind of moves up and then we get the consolidation. Why do we get the consolidation though? Because the price action has to catch up with the fundamentals, have to catch up. The market's forward looking.
Absolutely.
Right? But that forward look has to actually come into fruition. So I don't mind a good consolidation here. Nice established range. You pick up some at the low end of the range. You wait for the breakout.
I agree, man. I like it. Think about it. He's not even a $1 trillion company.
No, it's not. Joey, right? It is exactly
it's like
850 billion. Lots. 850.
Yeah.
And it's like zigging and zagging.
I think I wish we had a list here. We could
there
see some.
There goes Chris, man. We're taking it 38 pennies. High a day on Chris. All right, guys. Here comes 37. There is 37. Here comes 38, Joseph. There is 38. CRIS, guys. 50 move. But don't fall in love. They're around for a good time, not a long time. See ya.
Let's talk SPCE reportedly preparing to launch a Starlink mobile in the United States. Consumers potentially competing directly with Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile. So it's already offering a direct-to-cell connectivity through T-Mobile. But this new initiative would potentially transform Starlink into a consumer wireless provider rather than simply offering a supplemental satellite coverage. SPCE has also strengthened its wireless position by acquiring $0.6 billion of EcoStar spectrum assets, which will give it the ability to build a hybrid satellite and terrestrial mobile network a bit more faster. So this significantly expands Starlink's market beyond satellite broadband into the $1 U.S. communications industry. With that, SPCX is up on the day 2.03%. Adara? give us your take on the SPCX.
Yeah, so it's less to me on the story here, where I think what's really interesting happening from a technical standpoint, this SpaceX daily chart unfortunately looks a little bit like a SpaceX rocket. And I'm not saying by any means that SpaceX is going to, like, you know, go die off a hill here. I don't think that by any means. I think it's actually a remarkable amount of support here around that 147 level that I think is keeping it really IPO open price of 150, mind you, but just below that. So yeah, I think with this one, like, you've got the fact that they're already trying to raise more money immediately after the IPO that raised an exorbitant amount of money, like with that offering. I don't know. I think that with this one, kind of wait and see what happens. There's going to be a lot of catalysts. There's going to be a lot of news. I feel like I see a headline related to this multiple times a day. Very rarely do they move the stock. So I think right now it's still an adjustment period. If we look at like what other recent IPOs have done, it's obviously a lot better than Cerberus. We had last week that KARD. Card's actually looking big in stock, but regardless here, like SPCX, it's growing pains. It's early days. I think the fact that we're, you know, from a technical standpoint, again, holding above that 147, it's a good look. This thing was super hyped. We knew it was super hyped, and I expect there to be a lot of volatility in this going forward. Furthermore, what's interesting is apparently, as reading according to this New York Times report, volatility could be part of the reason that OpenAI is reportedly delaying its IPO. So interesting look. We'll have to see how SPCX fares in the coming weeks and months. Apparently, it's also worth noting President Trump coming through with his motorcade. This is according to an announcer at the Faith and Freedom Coalition conference. Quote, he will be there in a matter of minutes. So if you are waiting for Trump's remarks, apparently he'll be on site in a matter of minutes. Don't know if that means he'll start speaking in a matter of minutes. At this point, he is 2 minutes late. Back to you.
I'm coming in. Everybody get ready for me. I'll talk about the details of this SpaceX deal here for possible space. So I do really like this, okay? But this didn't happen overnight. This was an orchestra. First part of this was obviously the acquisition of EchoStar, right? We saw that back, I believe, in September of 25, $17 billion transaction, 8.5 in cash, 8.5 in stock. They didn't buy this to remain a satellite wholesaler, I'll tell you that. They bought it to extract the physical radio wave asset that's required, obviously, to legally operate mobile networks on like this aspect of it. But this is also a very small potatoes deal, Joey. Listen to this, Joseph.
Yeah, I'm listening.
So the 3 U.S. mobile providers, Verizon, T-Mobile, AT&T, collectively, they have 1,020 megahertz of radio spectrum. SpaceX, has 65. So what does that all jargon speak? Well, it means that they can't handle service in the urban environment, okay? They will be restricted to being in the boons, sort of. So the only way that they're gonna get a footing in urban is if they get more spectrum, which they can, obviously, through these auctions with the government, or they're gonna have to team up with a T-Mobile, with a Verizon, with an AT&T, so that you automatically and seamlessly transfer onto their network when you're in the city, and then SpaceX's network, or Starlink, pardon me, thank you, when you're outside those city boundaries. So that's what analysts are thinking is going to be the first step until they own a big enough spectrum, I should say, to be able to handle urban environments. But what we need to actually focus on here is SpaceX's betrayal with T-Mobile. T-Mobile spent years helping SpaceX test and clear all these regulatory hurdles for their direct cell service on the satellite. And by pivoting kind of to the standalone, which is what they're doing here, actively positioning themselves to compete with T-Mobile, who helped them do this. So it's like, careful who your friends are, man.
Yeah.
Elon, taking no prisoners.
Well, apparently we talked about the addressable market of things, and I think this is where a segment within SpaceX itself that has the most. Now they'll have to spend a lot. They'll need to do a lot of things in order to achieve that. 10 to 17 million monthly active users on Starlink itself. That's where I believe the big time driver is going to be, right? I'm going to put the data center aside, the space exploration aside as well too, but just the ability to grab some of the addressable market from its maybe soon to be competitors is where I think Starlink can really, really drive this stock to next potential levels.
All right.
See ya.
Definitely. Let's talk a little bit of oil here. Oil prices have fallen as tankers have continued moving through the Strait of Hormuz on the easing fears that the Middle East tensions would significantly disrupt global crude suppliers. Now, this coming despite the reports that Iran was behind an attack on a cargo vessel that was near the Gulf of Oman. We saw U.S. President Donald Trump talk about it earlier in the morning. Investors are also watching ongoing disagreements between the U.S. and Iran over the use of unfrozen assets that are underscoring the broader geopolitical risks that continue to remain elevated.
Okay, so here's what my little spiel on this U.S.-Iran issue. So my understanding is that the Strait of Hormuz now is kind of broken down into three areas, Joey. You got the southern and the western passage on the coast of Oman, a very narrow area where ships have been coming through, but it's a trickle relative to what typically goes through there. And then on the eastern and northern coast, you have the shipping lane that hugs the Iranian coast. And then in the middle, no going through the middle, because apparently, if you believe the reports, it's possibly still littered with waterborne mines that haven't been cleared, so it's risky to go there. So the strait, so the area where yesterday with that projectile was actually on the Omani coast. So it gives you the idea the Iranians are able to reach that level. And it's, you know, despite the U.S. protecting the ships coming through that area, they're still subject to attack. Now, I gotta say, the Iranians have been anybody can get it, so to speak. You and I have been talking about that. You know, anybody who comes through is going to catch hands.
Man.
But what I didn't like yesterday about that, Joey, I don't know what the cargo ship was carrying that got hit. But can you imagine if that ship was carrying oil and it leaked? What kind of environmental disaster we would have on the coasts and you know, obviously on the seaborne seaborne life.
I don't know
in that area, it would have been a disaster.
Again, I would maybe approach the situation, but I'm not in that situation. I wouldn't just be launching rockets at it. I would send maybe some to go and inspect it to see if it's even worth getting hit like that. Because what happens, you just take a couple of steps back, Trump truthing about it, so it can cause a little bit of trouble. But what we do have is Saudi Arabia just fully completely resuming loading their oil up. Terminal, I'm not going to try to pronounce it at all, but Persian Gulf ships tracking data showed Friday after nearly 4-month halt due to closing of the Strait of Hormuz, the diverting via the east-west pipeline to the Red Sea. So we're getting tankers starting to once again. You're starting to get some of that excess inventory loaded up onto ships, and then now starting to be delivered to the countries who need the oil. So you do have that backlog pretty much, but it takes some time for that supply chain to correct itself, to fix itself, and then sure enough, at that point, hopefully months down the road, you have gas prices start to come down. But headed in the right direction, this is what we the unwind of this oil trade. I didn't like what it did to the market. I didn't like the back and forth. I thought it was disruptive to the market, and that's just my opinion. It doesn't really matter. That's the situation.
U.S. Secretary of State Rubio, this was like a minute ago or something, and that framework agreement between Israel and Lebanon, talks in Washington. We know that this obviously has taken a bit of a turn, where Lebanon has been involved as well. Brother? There we go. All right, we got a custom poll here, guys. Get ready. You're typing 1. If we should order the pizza from Pizza Liberto, 2 from General Assembly, 3 from North of Brooklyn Pizzeria, 4 for Pizza and 5 for Pico. That's the only one that I've been to. I've only been to.
Okay.
I haven't been to any of these other ones. Say that again, Assassino.
Someone asked Assassino. Oh, man. Adam James.
Someone knows their pizza by pressing the 3rd button. That place is really good.
Was that your suggestion, Sia? All of them were hers. Okay, there we go.
Hold on. Let me judge these suggestions here.
Who are you going to vote for, man?
General Assembly.
Everybody's voting for 3. They're listening
3.
to
No,
Sia there, bro.
North of Brooklyn is a really
Okay, I'm going to jump on the bandwagon. We're going to hit 3.
You're on.
I'm on the bandwagon.
The car police is on the.
Well, it doesn't mean that I'm going to eat any of it.
Seen the chat, least, man.
Yeah, man. That's it. Well, see ya. What is going on over there, man? We're gonna have to time you out.
Oh, see ya, get a time out. That's
Just
crazy.
Yo, see us.
Yeah, that's a mad spam. Watch
timed
you
out
get
there.
spammed out for that. Stop
What's
spamming,
going
says
on there,
Neil.
Sia?
Uh-oh, when
Yeah,
Neil...
get her. Time her out. Time her out. Assassino, can we get a quick look at the
Sharif, you
poll
missed
if that's
it.
possible?
You missed it. Yesterday,
We're still doing well here, Joey.
yesterday, Ramin tried to end my reign as the Popo individual in the chat. The people stuck with your
What was
boy,
Ram
man.
Ram trying to do?
Yeah, she's trying to
didn't know
revoke my blocking privileges, even though it's obviously a running joke. I don't actually do
What?
it.
Because she's got like the higher account.
She got the higher account, and then she
I
put
can
up
see
the
her there, bro.
she
sinister.
put
Look
the
at her,
poll
bro.
up. She put
Look
the
at
poll
her,
up,
man.
and who did the people vote in favor of?
Of you. There you go,
Exactly,
man.
man.
Sorry, Ram Ram.
Here, man.
Joey wins. Right. There we go. All right, let's move on to the next story, Joey. I think
Whoa,
we're gonna
Paulie.
talk. We're gonna talk a little on the buyout there. It
Are we
feels
going
like.
to talk about? Yeah, let's pull this story up here.
Okay,
Go
let's
ahead,
take a look at Let's take a look at ON. So ON Semiconductor has agreed to acquire Synaptics. Synaptics is nearly a $7 billion all-stock deal, which makes the company's position and accelerates its push into physical AI as well as intelligent edge computing. Expands the company's total addressable market by roughly $30 billion, reaching $2 billion by the year 2030, while also adding connected compute capabilities, software expertise, and also a broader AI ecosystem. So management has said that the combination strengthens its ability to deliver intelligence, sensing, processing, and power solutions, as customers are increasingly demanding the complete AI systems rather than just standalone chips. So earlier when I looked at it was 20%. It slid further down to 0.5% right now after CEO Hassan Al-Khoury has defended the company's core business as shares, like I said, tanked 20% after announcing its largest acquisition to capitalize on physical AI.
I have a lot to say about this, so let's get right down to work. So, as I mentioned in the morning, the shareholder of the company being acquired, in this case, obviously it's Synaptics, you have a couple of to ask yourself that is different from an all-cash deal. In the all-cash deal, you're only asking yourself one question, is what I'm getting for my shares what I believe is fair, right? And here they're getting a 19% premium. So I think reasonable people probably could agree that 19% is pretty good. I've seen a lot better. Chime in a lot more. He knows these buyouts better than I do. But when it's an all stock deal, you have two questions. Number one is what I'm getting in the form of a stock of the acquiring company fair for my shares of Synaptics. And then number two, do I even want to be part of onsemi? I had a financial thesis here for Synaptics. With onsemi, all of a sudden I'm going to be part of them. Is that something that I want to be a part of? So that's a really interesting kind of take there for the shareholders. And number two, to the math, each share of Synaptics is going to get 1.350 shares of ON. All right? So you're going to get basically, all of a sudden, overnight, the ON shareholder base changes. All of a sudden, a huge group of shareholders coming from Synaptics now owns 12% of onsemi. So the onsemi shareholders all get kind of diluted as well. So that's another thing to think about there. Now, with respect to the actual this acquisition, a lot of the media was trying to say it's an Internet of Things acquisition, IoT. That's bupkis, man. This is about robotics, an ultra secret robotics division that Synaptics says very little about. And they have a technology that's leaked, the AI-enabled touch controllers, and it's for tactile sensing. Selling this to about 35 different drone manufacturers all over the world, OEMs. And that's the big mover here, in my opinion. It has nothing to do with IoT, not least management's projection that the deal will expand ON's total addressable market by $243 billion by the end of the decade. What they're saying. What they're not saying is that this deal isn't going to close until mid-27, so about a year. So you're going to have to deal with the price action until then. And then not going to be positive for the company. You're not going to have positive EPS, GAAP EPS, that is, until another 18 months after it closes. So likely by the end of the decade. So that's why I think, Joey, maybe On got hit a little bit here.
Yeah, they definitely got hit here, Shreve. I find it interesting. Now, you mentioned the point that the fact that, like, as a shareholder of Synaptics,
Yes, sir.
do you want to be a part of onsemi?
Exactly.
But the good thing about this buyout here is that you get that you see the initial, usually the people who are purchasing the company, that stock slides, and then you see the opposite starting to pop. So that could be your good opportunity to get in if you're not gonna like it. Yeah, Israel, Lebanon signed. There you go. Framework.
God, I hope that holds.
Yeah. So yeah, so do I. But what it is, like, what we've seen here with onsemi is a company that hasn't really had that crazy price appreciation and hasn't been moving with the AI build out and this cloud infrastructure. What they're doing is they're just trying to take a little bit of a strategic, just getting into the physical AI. You see the automotive division that they're looking to really, but again, it can be your opportunity to get out as a shareholder if you're not going to be
Good point, bro.
To vote with this, right? Like 11%. Hey, maybe I was.
You're getting
looking for
19% premium on your money.
Exactly.
You're getting
exactly.
a 19%
So you get
premium.
you get the 11% today. I don't know. It's an all stock deal. You don't really get to vote, I believe, at this point. So you may as well, you can either die by the sword, sell your shares as soon as it is converted, or get out now when you have the chance.
I don't know if this went through. I have no idea. I can check with chat. I don't know if the shareholders voted on this, because as I mentioned earlier, proxy season right now. So all these AGMs are still happening until the end of this month, right? Proxy season loosely from late March to late June. So I didn't see if it went through or not. I can find out for you guys, but let's go next story.
Oh, we got a super chat first
my
before
bad.
we go over there. That's all right.
Crazy Z plays 8516. He dropped 5 nice ones in the chat. I would like to thank each and every one of you at Trader TV. That goes out to everybody. We love you right back. Crazy Z plays 8516. Thank you for hanging out.
Thank you all, man.
Yeah, of course, everybody. That's
all 54% of you who voted in my favor.
You know, Scott Tomlinson invited us to Philly, right?
Yeah,
Scott Tomlinson's down in Philly, and he's like, if you guys come down to Philly, he'll take us out to a real pizza place, according to him. So, you know, have you ever been to Philly?
I've never been to
Philly either, man. I wouldn't mind making.
I'm not even gonna lie, it looks like a war zone, man.
Well, certain areas of it, yeah, certain areas. I've seen that, but we don't have much better here either. I see that stuff every morning. People bent over. So you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. But you want to bring it? Did you see that meme? We want to bring it. No, you know what? No, I want to talk a little serious.
Okay.
Someone said that in the chat.
Yep.
No, but in all seriousness, you guys know I got 2 traffic infractions. What are you clapping at that for?
So people were saying born in Philly, not for that, man. I was dunk on you like.
So this was a while ago. Anyways, a year apart. Sharif, if you literally go a block across the street from where I got pulled over, there's a corner where people are just doing everything. And I'm thinking in my mind,
I got pulled over
I'm doing the most minor thing in
Yeah.
life, and these people are over here are doing crazy stuff.
I look, you could behavior. I look at it more as a medical condition. That's how I view that kind of thing, right? Those people are, it's tough. It's tough for them, bro.
No, it isn't. It's easy.
All right, let's go back to see.
Let's talk a little APOG. APOG has posted a strong fiscal first quarter results, beating Wall Street on both their earnings and revenue while reaffirming its fiscal 2027 outlook. So adjusted EPS has come in 7 cents, beating the estimates by 16 cents, while revenue of $304 million is top consensus by roughly $11 million, despite declining 1 per year. So management has reaffirmed the fiscal 2027 guide as well, maintaining revenue of in the range of 1.38 to 1.43, adjusted EPS, of $2.70 to $3.25, just between that range. So both in line with or of consensus expectations. And the pending Calwell acquisition is expected to close in early July, but it would lift the expected sales between the range of $1.43 billion to $1.48, while also remaining assertive to earnings without materially changing EPS guidance. And with that, Apogee is up 16% on the day. But we're going to pause a bit and quickly go to Adara.
U.S. President Trump just took the podium here at this Faith and Freedom Coalition. Now, speaking live at any moment, there was a pretty long intro there for him, but he is set to take the podium, guys. He's walking on stage to God Bless the USA, as he typically does. Once his comment, I'll probably put another note up for you guys on the screen. Back to you.
Yes, thank you very much for that. We'll, guys, keep you apprised. All right. There's also a pending here for Apogee. Callwall acquisition expected to close early July, according to the reports. It's going to add about $1.43 to $8 billion in sales, while remaining accretive to earnings without materially changing EPS, according to this report. Now, I didn't even know what Callwall translucent systems. So, what do they do? Daylight product. Is this high performance Callwall? Is this it right here? What is this, man? Yeah, this is the company here. Perfect daylight power. Yeah, so that does make sense because Apogee's architectural building products and services. So this does make sense. So it looks like they're just picking up, say, a competitor, but one in the same space here. Not a name that I know too much about, Joey. APOG. No. How about yourself? It's barely. It's a $1 billion market cap. So it's
pretty small, I guess, on the grand scheme of things. I'm going to pull up some of the technical.
I don't understand why none of the. Oh, there.
Absolutely, yeah. Got hit pretty heavy here today, but there's a couple of issues here, in my opinion.
Go ahead, Joe.
So the outlook continues to assume interest expense of approximately $10 million and an adjusted effective tax rate of 26 to 27, capital expenditures between $35 million and $40 million. So I mean, that's not good if you ask me. And then sure enough, you can see that the stock is hit, guys. $132. We're still down there. Let's see what it looks like on a daily. But when you have that increase, it gapped up. Okay, hey. Take it for what it is, but some of these therapeutic names I'm not too familiar with. But this thing really just hit all-time high, Sharif, and now it's kind of halted. What happened to you?
That's the Apogee?
Yeah.
It's halted.
I don't know. No, I don't know if it's halted, dude. But it's done something.
Here's on my chart. Here, Joey. Right
this
here,
is a daily.
So 42.5.
Go to the daily.
Yeah, okay. I'll go to the daily. You probably removed a pre-market.
Maybe. So yeah, it's cooled down.
Hold on, brother. APOG.
Oh, I meant APG.
APOG.
Yeah,
APOG. Yeah, wrong one there. Yeah, that's.
I was like, what is going on? That was going on here, right?
APOG. No E.
There we go.
Oh my God.
Those are two totally different things.
Yeah, President Trump is speaking, guys.
Pretty well.
We can see him. He's already speaking at the podium. He's at the FEM Coalition conference. So President Trump on the mic, as you see there in the bottom. Adara's at the big desk. Sia's at the big desk. Any news comments that are market moving, you better believe we're going to have it for you.
33% off of its high. So, I mean, I'm not in love with this. I just don't know much about it either, to be honest with you.
Okay, let's go back to Sia and talk a little softy.
Let's indeed talk Microsoft here. So Microsoft is up almost 5% on the day, but this story should have told you otherwise. Italy's competition authority has opened an investigation into MSFT's 365 subscription practices, so alleging consumers may have not been adequately informed AI-related pricing changes. So regulators have claimed that Microsoft has bundled its Copilot as well as its designer AI features into their Microsoft 365 subscriptions, while also increasing prices without making these changes to all its customers. So the authority has also alleged some consumers were automatically moved to the higher price subscription, again, without making it sufficiently clear to the customers. So unless they opted out, this wasn't known to them, potentially limiting their choices. So investigation is centering consumer protection rather than just the AI itself, and no penalties or findings have been made on this yet. If there's anything, we will be sure to let you know. But Microsoft, like I said, is up almost 5% on the day.
Yeah, so your point is exactly well said there, Sia. It's not the price increases that's bothering the Italian regulator. It's the fact that they put it in surreptitiously. So dark patterns, they're calling it. So they're moving people as well from non-AI inclusive plans into AI inclusive plans. And this is something we've seen such aggressive stance on. We've seen it in Xbox and how he put Asha Sharma at the top there with no gaming experience. She has AI experience because he wants, as I was telling Joey yesterday, Copilot to be ensconced in everything Mike does. And that's gonna, raise the ire of the regulator. It's also a bit of a problem here because they could be dinged big guilty here. So under Italian law, the fine can be up to 10% of Microsoft's total global annual turnover. So I don't know exactly what that, because usually like with the DMCA and the other European ones as well, it's about total revenue or total profit. I don't know exact annual turnover. We can look into that. But it's not the only regulator that's annoyed by Microsoft here. The Australian A quadruples currently suing Microsoft for allegedly hiding cheaper classic patterns from about 2.7 million users in their country during the. So keep that in mind. And let's also not gloss over the fact that President Trump and Giorgia Meloni are not best friends at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? There was a little bit of a falling out.
With Giorgio.
Yeah, well, there was, especially at the G7 as well. There were accusations of who wanted to take a picture with who. After,
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, no. It's a bit of a falling out. So the Italian regulator investing in an American company. Just saying. I'm not saying it's the only reason, but something to think about.
Yeah, I think that's fair enough. Listen, this is just another head that's been performing very well. Some of these software stocks have just been getting hit pretty heavy. We've seen it within Selloff. Same thing. Listen, you have to disclose this. Copilot hasn't been performing well, Sharif, so I don't know if they were thinking that they could just sweep this under the rug and get away. The EU, the regulators there have a microscope on some of these American companies, and that's the exact, so nothing really surprising here. Italy getting involved with some more regulatory issues with some of these American corporations. So yeah, I'm not surprised by it whatsoever.
All right.
Copilot. Listen, I don't know if like, see, the thing is, I do like that Satchel wants to implement everything.
He does.
I think that's the smart thing to do, to be honest with you.
He's being super aggressive with it. Like, I don't like this, man. Like, you got to tell me if I'm going to, number one, have a different, like, they included all these, apparently, terms of service. Like, I was just reading through this to kind of protect themselves from that. But dude, I mean, like, that's kind of sneaky business from a company like this,
from
right?
a consumer standpoint. But the way I'm going to take a look at it from his perspective is, think about it. Copilot has not been performing well whatsoever. No. So you need to get it out as you possibly.
How about you make it better so people want to use it? You know what I'm saying?
Well,
like
that's one way, or which a lot of people aren't necessarily going to like it. So I think that's the primary objective. He definitely wants to make it better. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to grab as much market share.
Of course, he wants to make it better. Exactly. I mean, especially with AI, the direction of everything, obviously. All right, let's
I'm going to head over there.
Because we got about 30 seconds before we got to transfer over. We're late sending it to him, so we got to make sure we can even send it early to Neil.
Oh,
so that, like,
that's crazy.
Neil is fine. All right, guys, let's go ahead and do a little trade review here while we're waiting to send on over. All right. So one of the bigger names that we were involved with all day, SDLT. Look, I don't think this one is past its prime quite yet. It's still holding structure. That $13 area was a key area of resistance, and here it goes again. It's breaking through 14. I'll submit to you guys, if we start getting into that 14.5 area, there could be an aggressive squeeze into 14.5. Here we go. It's already showing 14.37, 14. The breakout is on now on SDLT. Watch for the clearing of 15. Prints above 15 on the day with the high of day 15.46. I do apologize. I don't know where the ticker went on this. I swear I put it in earlier. I'm talking about SD. Great look there. Breaking back into 14.5, but that has been a repeat offender area as well. Some other names that we were involved in today, all really kind of breaking. ABCL broke down. SLS still trading near highs. And then HKL broke below the volume weighted average price. I'll submit to you CRIS, not too bad. I was holding this one the majority of the afternoon. And look, it's still holding above volume weighted average price. It's got 33 penny support. It's putting in a bull flag pattern, assassino, with a 38 penny high, but we are putting in lower high. So be alive to that. Wait for a trend break before trying to take this one long. Before we go to Neil and Joey for the afternoon show, we're going to mosey on up to Adara.
I'm still speaking, guys. Just be aware. Also be aware of Cerberus, CBRS. This name is still near intraday highs. Actually, a great bounce for this stock after falling earlier this week. Apparently, during that OpenAI ChatGPT 5.6 announcement about the company also announced that their flagship model Sol will be on Cerberus at 750 tokens per second. Apparently, as I mentioned, this was already announced, but circulating in social. CBRS and watch users on social media pointing out that this flagship OpenAI 6 model running on CBRS. Back to you.
Back to Joe, because Joe's been here all day, every day. It is Friday. It's Friday afternoon.
It's Friday.
Those that know. Shout out to Jeff Mendel at the OTC.
Have you already?
OTC.
Have you already?
What do you mean, have I already what?
Whatever. I was just asking. Did you use that? Did you use
no, I haven't used it yet. It's in the fridge. I've done my part.
What did you get?
I'm just gonna throw it out there.
What'd you get?
No pizza's been ordered yet.
What'd you get?
So remember,
So you guys talking big game in the chat here about pizza?
what?
No,
I'm not talking any big game. I said specifically, we want to thank you guys for the super chats and the whole beer pizza on Friday thing.
We got lasagna.
That being said, I said after market, I go, look, I go for a walk every single day in the middle. I'll go grab the beers. Someone order the pizza, girl, what they want to do. I go, it's all good. Just save the receipt, right?
Yeah.
So I do my part. Because it was specifically requested in the chat, someone had said green bottle, okay? And when I said that after, I was like, we got some options we could do. And Sia specifically wanted Heineken. So some Heineken, but the other one I chose Peroni.
Peroni's a good one. A nice lager, man.
You guys really want me picking up pizza while I'm supposed to be listening to Trump? With my luck, I go and he announces something crazy. I think I should be the one.
No, we don't need the pizza,
no one's voting for Adara.
We don't need the pizza anyway.
No one's voting.
Joe.
Everyone should vote for Fabian.
What are you?
I don't know.
No, I'm not saying what's a Fabian. But I was literally just looking at Bull Sell. I wanted to get
Joe. Joe's literally wrong.
I know that was a horrible call. I didn't want to say anything.
Ridiculous.
You guys are putting a poll up there?
You guys are wrong. You can, Joe has literally aired the entirety of the day. That is just, that's wrong.
I'm gonna stop being so nice, man.
Pretty much.
Well, what had happened is, that is true as well.
What happened? What did Adara just say?
Well, Adara's on all day too.
For the most part, at one break. But I also get here at 6:45 a.m.
You know what? You know what's crazy? It's like, see, here's the thing.
Yeah.
You would think that in the year 2026, with all this time and all of this technology, some mechanism by which, if you wanted pizza, you could just maybe pick up this device that we have, all of hands, and you could maybe type some things on it, or you could hit a button and talk to somebody, and then what you desire could come to you in a reasonable amount of time. It's almost as if that'd be perfect in this situation.
Who constructed this poll? Was it Ramin? Is it still up there? Where's it at, man?
Unbelievable.
How many votes do I?
Unbelievable.
I got 22.
22 votes? Stop voting for Joe, people.
23 now.
Why is this difficult? Whatever, man.
Yeah, I thought we were cool.
Whatever, man. We got some beers, and I'm not. And if I have to, we're not gonna end up waiting for the pizza because
we're not getting pizzas, bro. We had lasagna for
Well, you had lasagna for lunch.
You didn't eat it?
No. So what? I actually I didn't remember that I'm on like a no cheese request on the lunches.
Oh, I was gonna say a no cheese diet.
So basically, what happens is when they do like lasagna or whatever, I don't get and the no tilapia. I'm also
I started that no tilapia.
So then I don't get the lasagna. I don't get but I got which was good.
What?
All right. So It was absolutely delicious. I promise you it was better than what you had. Back onto the market. It's pretty slow. It's Friday. I'm surprised as anybody that Cerebrus is doing this. The issue price was 185. I feel like I'm contractually obligated to short this at 185. Like, look at how this fell apart at 185 yesterday. So the IPO issue price is 80. That's where it's headed. That's what's on my mind right now, is this stock paid for locates. So if this gets up there, I'll look for some kind of a trend break on CBRS. But yeah, that's pretty much the one I'm looking at, with a somewhat slow, light volume afternoon. This CI, there's some rebalancing going on. So there's some Russell stuff today. There's some MSCI stuff at the end of the month. So we could see some action at the close. Adara.
We're here, guys. I have more details here on this frame in the U.S., Israel, Lebanon today. According to an Israeli official, the framework includes Israel and Lebanon, which we know from Israeli officials. That was something that they really wanted in the deal. The IDF will also be retaining operational freedom within the security zone. So to get more details, I'll let you know. But again, as we know, as we heard earlier, the agreement signed. A little bit more details on the agreement. Again, according to Israeli officials. Back to you.
Thanks, Adara. What's so funny?
Nothing.
Well, something's funny. You're laughing. You got to say something. I know, you got to let me in on the joke.
If you guys didn't realize yet, I'm just a giggly individual who's laughing.
Giggly?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. You can
right? That's just, if I find things funny. Yeah, I don't have that. If you can hit it there, that's just,
I don't have the haha.
You don't have it.
Nobody has the haha button?
I'm long FSO. I was thinking about getting involved with some TSLA and some Nvidia. We'll hit the bra. That's equally as fair.
I don't have anything else.
We're just dabbling in a little bit of fuel cells. We're whole volume weighted average price. Maybe we get a grind and a second leg higher. And this name was strong bright and early this morning, right? Right out of the gate, that 5-minute time frame, off to the races that you go to the tune of 20%, almost 25% at the highs. So things started to cool down a little bit. Strong uptick here and there. That just makes me like, I'd rather go to the long. I didn't get the best entry price. What here? I'll pull it up on my chart actually, just so you guys can see it a little bit closer. Nvidia towards the high of the day. Let's see if Nvidia can go to F-cell. Pull this bad boy up for you, ladies and gentlemen, back home, and we'll take a little look. I want to get at the lower end of the range, but again, we start really, really small. As long as we hold up 23, we're going to be green light to go. And then for the second leg, so you get 23%, some strong price action. This is just a whole my opinion, but when we get into the nitty gritty and into the detail, see that our water is going here. As I'm preparing my order, boom, off to the races it went, Neil. I don't know what happened. So right now I don't have the best price, about 24.39. A little bit of a chase on my behalf. I will post up at 24.15s to add a little bit more size on this.
What was the news? Was there news? There was news on FSL this morning. Again.
I think there was, yeah.
I'm sure there was something. It was.
I can pull it up for you here.
Upgrade. Is that all? Was it just the Jeffries upgrade?
Yeah, Jeffries upgrade from $16 to $24.
Okay, so yeah, upgrade for fuel. So strong day for them. But the option, Cerebrus is on the mind. Maybe BlackBerry VWAP, which BlackBerry never got those that are watching this morning. I left an order when I went on the walk, and it never really came in. Look at it hold the line at $11. So maybe just like take long off 11 if I can get something underneath 11.05, give it a relatively tight stop. That could be something for this afternoon. But also DRAM is starting to. So DRAM, it's back to underneath the prior day low, but it's holding VWAP. So I don't short at VWAP. I like it under, or unless I can get something like a pop eight at a lower high. So that'll be on the look as well. We got a super chat. What do we got here? Let's get into some stuff. The Oracle of Toronto. Can we look at the Oracle chart? We certainly can. Now I have to. Her head just popped. She's, ooh. Well, Adair's probably gonna say short it. I'm gonna say it's a short till it's not. I don't know what is going to cause this to get a bid. Right now, you've got trend to 135. To the extent that there are any concerns about AI and our hyperscaler spend, to the extent that there are any when it comes to ultimately big companies needing to raise money and going to the debt markets. You have fears in that, then I feel like Oracle is the vehicle with which people are expressing those fears. Bit of a boring inside day, but look, when you're in a downtrend, the thing that if you're looking for a bounce is when you take another step down, it's like the next step rejected. Like, look at how clean it's just respecting that and then back lower. So it's trend down till it's not. This might even be a flat bottom break next week, 149. But other than that, it's a pretty boring stock today. I wouldn't be touched. Short the bottom, nah. And the resistance already came in and gave you your one chance. Adara.
Yeah, actually, I want to talk about Oracle a little bit, if I may. So intraday, I would not touch this. It looks kind of like a no. But on the weekly, I've been actually thinking about this because I know we might do like another round of these stock picks for the year in June. And I would still be saying short Oracle. I'm not letting go of that pick when we pick the new stock in Oracle. But there's something really interesting I noted. So on the weekly here, and of course on the daily, they had that 350 all-time high touch and dump. Then we get the 250 reject on the weekly more recently. So this 250 rejection is like clean. So for me, my mental stop on this, like, you know, if we were trading this through money, it'd be around 55. I'd give it a bit of a buffer. But I think if we get above that 250, maybe that's a bit of a technical bounce. And from a fundamental perspective, Neil, Joe, Super Chat, I honestly, I don't really know what catalyst fixes this here. We got the revenue beat, which I said was going to be something I'd be watching, but it was so slam the margin by which they beat. I don't even really think that's the difference maker. Oh, thank you for the super chat. Oracle of Toronto. Thank you, Adara. People say you look just like me. Well, that's very kind. A good day. And thank you for the super chat and allowing me to opine about my favorite stock.
Going on.
One of those.
I see what's going
Adara, I'm going to send it to you.
No, just put it on show it up.
It's not bad. It's Adara.
Okay.
I'll let her, she can make the decision if she wants to pull it up. I know you don't, but I think it's actually pretty funny. Let's see what she thinks.
Okay.
I'll let her decide if she wants to or not. Yeah, I think it's actually pretty funny. Yeah, there you go. You want to pull my screen up here? You know. I think I don't know.
Can we zoom that?
Yeah, I mean we can. For some reason, I think I just have this hunch that Ramin's behind some of this stuff here. I don't know what it is.
Oh, like all those accounts are Ramin?
Yeah. I don't know what it is.
You know
man.
what? I could believe that.
Like, right? Like, if you suspect the lineup and Ramin was on there, you wouldn't. I would.
She'd
be
be the first suspect on the show.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So hey, there it is. Oh,
why are we zooming that part in?
I don't know. It's all zoomed in at the end of the day. But yeah.
Were we supposed to be zooming in the thing where it's
we went to the
show?
Adara one, but then it zoomed out for somehow.
All right.
It is what it is.
What's interesting is as the market pulls back in here, guess who is bouncing and guess who is strong?
Who?
It is AAPL, otherwise known as Apple. So 2 and maybe it's the one finally breaking out. At least it looks like it's the one finally breaking out. But with the market heading back in, I don't know. I want to be a little bit. Remember yesterday? Hopefully you do, because it wasn't that long ago. Soft and the IGV names did a very similar. Hey, nothing's really happening, but they just went into an uptrend, and it was exactly what you didn't want to do. Was once it stopped, it was a pre-Nasdaq turn. That's kind of what I'm feeling about that. So I'll stick with BlackBerry and Cerberus, at least for now. Cerberus has this going on, and I'm not on my trend line because I don't know why I was on the other tool. See that? Like the new trend could be breaking it here, so I'm very close to wanting that one short. And yes, this is definitely true. August plays. There is the GOAT. We wouldn't make it without her. Should never been said. I would give that. I wish I had 4 thumbs so I could give it 4 thumbs.
Over here is 4 thumbs.
Thank you, person, for the super chat. That is, I can't read the name from here. I have terrible eyes. Augustus Blaze. Thank you so much, everyone, for helping me with the name. And thank you, Augustus, for chat and for the very kind words. I'm so happy to be part of this community, and I'm so grateful to everybody in this community for making it what it is.
Yeah.
The best out there, 100%. And don't worry, T-Rex, we got all the Chappelle references. That's what we're all about around here. Because of the great of all
it is, man.
One of the best.
The Mad Real World.
There's
The Mad Real World is
Chappelle Show,
is my
legendary.
Yeah, I'm not sweating.
Early Sleep on Mad TV, but In Living Color. In Living Color was that one.
Yes.
In Living Color. Beauty with the what?
With the yeah, exactly.
I wouldn't be Sherry.
Sharif.
Sharif?
Sharif.
Sharif?
Yeah,
Thank you.
this one has an infinity here. Let's pull up
Sure.
this in the channel. Beauty. This is
What?
This is Sharif's number one.
Oh, okay. Never mind. All right. Now I'm remembering them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Shout out Judy. I like the eyebrows. They're pretty good. That's my style. That's my type for sure. All right, man. Let's see what we got going on. I posted up at 24s here. In on what's going on here with my screen as we are hella zoomed in. Other than that, guys, $24 is where we're going to post up at. You can see that there's a clear support on this name, ladies and gentlemen. So 23.5% to the top side. Not too bad. Nasdaq starting to slide a little bit here. Nvidia pretty choppy if you ask today, Neil. We had the high of around $195, but we're right back at that base of $194. All right, so we had those strong upticks where I thought we'd find some momentum, find a bounce off the daily, but it's such a small bounce in the bigger picture. So, I mean, a slight breath within the selling pressure, some individuals to get out, or if you're looking to buy some more, I think that could be a good opportunity to do so. Right now, my hyper focus on some of the names that have been stronger today, and that's up 23%. We like this one. We're talking about the Jeffries upgrade price target increase. It's up from $16 this morning. So not a horrible look whatsoever. Now you just need to be able to find some form of continuation. Bitcoin's still hovering around. We're just off of them, and there's a descending wedge starting to form. I have going to be a shelf, so I like a short play here in Bitcoin as well. So I'm going to get involved in some Bitcoin to the side.
Yeah, I've been struggling.
Yeah.
No question about it. So I got, Cerebrus just pulled that little trend break. So we're into that. Oh, BlackBerry that's making this. Should have waited for VWAP, but snagged 6s here. I said I would get 5s or lower, but it kind of stalled for a second at 6, so that kind of got me in. But if we lose 11, hard bottom here, I'll probably just get out and wait for VWAP. Just try to keep it relatively. We have another super chat. Super chats are thing. Flew.
Yeah, they are full.
Satyam. ADUR up 10% today. Have been in $6. Holla. And of course, as usual, when I bring up this stock for the first time, the one thing we always say is, I'll say congratulations on any stock, but something that most traders will look at, and if you're a day trader, if you're looking short term, when you're less, it's obviously like a no, 450,000 shares. Like this type of a stock, maybe you can invest, swing trade, like that kind of a thing, but not act spread. Like nobody should really be trying to actively trade something like this is pointless because like you can't really get filled with any reasonable semblance. Either you're in an uptrend, I can sort of see what you're doing. Here, dollar level kind of seems like this high and then a breakout, and then you're just sort of riding the wave. Yeah, when you've got an uptrend, the trend is your friend till the end. Whenever you find a stock that with a good technical setup and you just get to be able to be along for the ride, there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, it's nothing that I'm going to be involved in whatsoever. What is DRAM here? Is it? Oh, it must be Micron. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Micron is giving up the ghost a little bit here. Micron just lost 11 on my chart. So I just saw this on DRAM. Yeah, Micron is really giving up the ghost. Down 5%, though let's be real, Micron was a boat yesterday, and we're still above the morning lows. So morning lows at 11:30. I mean, pre-market, it was all the way down here to 11:18. But that little bit of weakness coming in on. Yikes, these are really not. Yeah. The buyers are not sustaining the way they did, obviously, yesterday. It was like, as much as it was mostly just buying on the remaining volume later in the session. So yeah, not a great DRAM.
No, you answered the question obviously there, Neil. I don't think it's over. I get the fact that I get the fact that things don't look right here today,
Over my shoulder.
but don't forget, it's just one selling session. Will it take a little bit longer? Could this be a change within the bigger picture? Temporarily. I just believe that this is going to continue for maybe the 8 months. I could be totally wrong at the same time, but you go on these massive turns, eventually you're going to find some form of a pullback. Can you call a top at this point? With those, no need to think that would be the case, but where have we seen something like this before? Neil, it's innings, right?
Yep.
So, I mean, I don't think that's going to be the same thing, especially when there's supply. You're down 8% here in SanDisk, Western Digital getting hit pretty heavy. If you head over to the day, what more could you ask for? Like, this is what stocks do, right? They go up and then they come back down, sometimes a little bit more aggressive than what you're anticipating to do. But as soon as you hit bear market territory, it's high, 20%. Maybe you want to offload a little bit of inventory, sit on that cash because you already have the privilege to buy it at a lower price. If you're getting out at that 20% down, it's 7%. So, for example, you have $10,000 to deploy in a specific name. You grab $1,000 here, you grab $500 here, you grab another $250, another $1,000, and to the point where you fully allocate it. And if you're patient enough, within the span of maybe a couple of months or a little bit longer, don't forget things take significantly longer than what we anticipate within the stock market, and tend to happen quicker than what we anticipate as well too. So just be patient. I don't think this is the end of the story. And you know what's really going to be a teller of this, Neil? We're rolling into earnings season. We already have Micron reported. Fantastic. If the hyperscalers numbers are equally as good, it's going to stay the same. There's a couple of things that we want to keep an eye out for. Google raising cash, right? You have Amazon depleting their free cash flow, 75 to 85% of their free cash flow. But at the end of the day, you're starting to see a return within those two hyperscalers themselves. Meta and Microsoft are, I think, but cloud growth is still in the double digits. Let's not throw that under the table or forget about it. Google Cloud growing, Azure still growing, and so is Amazon. They're still growing at phenomenal rates. You may see a slight downtick, but at least they're still growing.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. At least they are still growing. I think ultimately, you know, we are early enough potentially in this that people's worries should be assuaged. But
I think, you know what I mean?
I just think there's still a kernel out there that would suggest, well, maybe there still can be like a large correction at this point in the cycle too.
Yeah.
I still think that can happen. Like, I'm not all in thinking that was the truth. If that was the truth, we'd be selling everything. But I think that's the reason for looking for little rotations.
You know what I'm going to do over the weekend is I'm going to see how many permits have been put out for, see if I can find it, for data centers. How many of them have broken ground, right? And how many of them are in the pipeline. So I'm going to take a look to see, because I think that'll be a massive teller where we can head in the near future.
I tend to agree with you on that one. Like, it's the second we see people are going to freak out a little bit, and that could be a little bit of a problem. Sorry, I just saw the super chat. I was about to go over the two trades, and then I just throw the super chat up, and I'll just get it. It's getting to your target area, the 185. So for the record, CBRS, come to my chart for a second. CBRS, this trend break short is to the high. That's the rule. That's how I play. It's to give it to there, profit to there. That's the idea. Like, if it gets to 85, that's just a separate trade. It gets up to 185. Like, I'd rather take two shots on it. Like, you know, not try to meld it into one bridging into this 80 short all the way. Like, that's not really what I'm looking for. And then the other thing that we're in here slides down is this little jaunt. It's just, you know, long in front of the 11, looking for BlackBerry back into the high of the day. It's not, the volume is just so slow here on BlackBerry. So I'm trying to get a couple of legs out before it gets to that high. And then, I don't know whether we want to, super chat. I don't know if we're throwing that one up there. Thank you to the Adara fan club for the other. I wasn't gonna, it's fine. I whatever.
Why you go?
I was.
Kelly Ortberg, what are you doing in the chat? You have a company to run.
Oh.
played.
Oh.
I didn't know what to do with that, so I was kind of. I was just gonna say thank you. Like I didn't hit the button to show it. So.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Why not? What else can we talk about? S. Dot is apparently trying that small capper that you liked.
Yeah, it was not fun.
What? I thought
It was fun until it wasn't.
I thought it was fun. I thought it was fun.
It was until that's for sure.
It's back to the highs again. What was this here and why? So that's up like 150%. Are you kidding me? Okay, anyways, let's go back. And as I said, if it gets to 1 short, where's my trend line? There we go. I like to leave these in here because at least that way, like what's the play? Short, and then before the trend breaks, that's the high. It's always the out. VWAP's the target, like that kind of a thing. Like keep the risk reward. If I see 185, I don't know that needs to be a trend break trade. That just needs to be a topping tail, double top, something to get me in, because that's the price. It's like 3% at 185 is the issue price. So that's the one that we really like for sure. BlackBerry's still doing. Am I not getting filled here? Come on, son. Close enough. Getting close. I get filled in a couple of seconds there for sure on the way back to the upside. KT, why is Uber catching a bid? I don't know, because everything else is catching a bid?
Yeah, except for FSL.
No, I just think that there's a lot of leaf rally going on today. So like some hot trash, it's catching a bid today. Uber has been bad. It's catching a bid today. There's not a story this morning that I read on the way in about Uber, but
note here from Citizens, they maintained, I believe, a $100 price target, positive outlook on Waymo, which we know Uber has a collaboration with.
Okay, that's fine. That's not bad. Apparently, see on some other channel they had these on their final trades.
Okay.
Which I don't know. I'm not even reading who it might have been, but I'm sure we can guess who we see. Nancy Pelosi bought Uber, but that was like days ago.
Yeah, that was days ago. 8%. Now, did you see the daily on Uber? Yeah. Look where it is.
Look where it's just holding the line here.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so it's
up and where we're currently trading at right now, up 5%, right?
There's a little mini breakout.
I think.
Here. But like we were talking about, and again, I'll give credit to Brian Shannon every single time. When these breaks happen in a downtrend, downward sloping 200-period moving average, it was like expectations. First resistance tends to hold better in a downtrend, which makes sense. So when this gets to like 80 to 82, it's one of those like maybe ring the registers. Palantir, hold the line, try to break, look at what happens. Like those are very similar charts. Very similar. And again, it's in the down slope, that's what can happen. Trump, Iran still have capability, not much. Okay. Well, that's what you're going to say every single time, and nothing happening on USO.
Oh. Said a deal quote, we're going to have to go to the Islamic Republic and we're going to have to hit them very hard. So back, unfortunately, to that.
We are back to that same old story. Well, you know what? No matter what seems to happen headline-wise, what remains true is U.S. not moving off of it. So it's seemingly all good. 4%, holding this pullback. We're at the point where I don't think we're really worrying about oil prices. We're brushing off all the headlines. If you want people to freak out now, I'm being real, pull up a chart of Micron. Like this thing losing the business, like that's our freak out moment. Someone just cracked something. I heard that. It's weird because I heard like someone crack a can, and then I remembered that the bill wasn't that. We do need to get on that at some point, though. Got this out here. I don't know who we're getting. And I have no idea who's even ordering, if that's even happening, as I look over and no one is ordering pizza. No, you don't have to. Oh, we did? Okay, so apparently somebody did. Somebody did. So allegedly the pizza is coming. I don't know who did it, but whoever did. You did? Sia? Well, I can hear. Sia's like whispering, so I can't hear what she said, but somebody's voting. So it is. Oh, Sia and Tiffany. Thank you very much, Tiffany. appreciated. See, this is what it's all about. So the pizza, kind of, I'm going to make the general assumption that there's no pineapple on it because that would just be mean. Yeah, see, you know what? And now I'm hearing in my ear, that would just be not cool if you guys ordered pizza with pineapple, because not everybody's into that kind of a thing, and I don't see that at all. So what's that we're seeing? Just jump back to the market, and Micron DRAM is looking pretty bad here. What is SanDisk doing? SanDisk was up over 20, already through the lows. SanDisk could break yesterday's lows in a few minutes, with only 90 minutes to go to end the week. Very good sign. I think that's where the fear is in the market. Like at this point, we've already gone through price shock. The market just saw the mags get put out of favor, where it's like you had the Russell leading the way yesterday. Games roll back. I think that's going to cause a little bit of stress. This might be that first step. Your SSR in like a heartbeat here in SanDisk. Like it's getting a little crazy. You know what? Market's losing VWAP. Even this thing doesn't want to get back to the high. Yeah, we ain't reloading this at 11. It's going to give it to us. I just feel like this might be heading, everything could be heading for one of those Friday afternoon jaunts to the downside. What are your feelings, everybody? We're gonna hold green today, or sorry, I shouldn't say hold green. Forget about that. That's not what I mean. Are we gonna hold the line of support here? Qs. So we're like 1% now. Call it 710. I just feel like we're in trouble at this level. I thought you said you ate the lasagna. No, I never said. Who said? Oh, you didn't? Yeah, let me know how that is. It actually looks pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad. There's some out there. I took Jose's lunch by accident, keeping them mixed up, because the algo guys get their.
You took Jose
because
his name is actually not Jose. His name is Joe.
Yeah. I think so.
Everyone calls this dude in the algo room Jose, but is telling you like he was back when he first came on the floor. I would call the man Jose. So I remember the first time I was like, hey, what's up, man? I introduced myself. I'm like, hey, what's up, Jose? And he told me his name was Joe. I'm like, huh? Yeah, like, why is everyone you Jose?
You found out during poker night, December 20th, 2024, because I was right next to you when you found out.
How do you know every day of all?
There's no way that
I'm sorry, guys. I know.
There's no way.
The day before. That's part of why I remember. But yeah, that was what happened there. Also, how do they label the plates? How would you know which Joe is which? That's
one's Joe and one's Joseph.
And what's your name, Joe?
Yeah, exactly.
What's your name?
Joseph.
Oh, so your name is Joseph, and one Joe and the other same Joe said Joseph. And which one did you?
Joe.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I offered him. You can see where the confusion fell. And then I offered him my garlic bread. He said no.
They should just tell Raquel from now on his name is
because I took his garlic bread.
The garlic bread wasn't that good anyway.
I liked it, man. I thought it was and Ramin gave me her garlic bread.
No, it was kind of mine was really like it was too hard.
Yeah, but that's what happens. Here's the IBIT, guys. A nice little short to the dot on this one. We had a low of around 9, and we were talking about this wedge being broken, and sure enough, it happened to the downside. We should have done this here with fuel cell, because now as we get into it with the technicals, you can see those lower highs being established and a descending wedge identical to what we're seeing here on IBIT. Let's start off to SIA. If we break and hold the volume weighted average price, then I'll get out of fuel cell, and then we'll join.
Thank you so much. Let's take a look at our 3 major averages and what they're doing now. The SPY currently down 0.19%, the triple Q's percent, and the Dow down 0.036%. We'll take a look at what we're talking. Let's take a look at SpaceX first. So Argus has initiated coverage of SpaceX on yesterday at a hold rating, citing certain volatility in the stock following its IPO. But their near-term rating came out on SpaceX, which is a in the short term, while the long-term rating continues to be a buy. One of the analysts, Steve Siller, has said in a note to their clients that we are very premium valuation and it's above average risk profile, given the relatively off its space via Starship and AI business. We're also going to take a look at Myrna right now is up currently 10.21% at the moment after the long-term strategy at their annual Science Day going beyond its vaccine business. Myrna for its mRNA-based oncology and rare disease treatments. Sending it back to you.
Thank you, Sia. And what is Moderna? It is still blasted.
It was on one today.
Yeah, it's been on one for a minute, which makes me go. I want to see what Viking Therapeutics is doing. Is this continually? Yeah, sort of. This one feels like it's trying to be next, like it's doing its best, but after that little pullback, yeah, holding up pretty nice. Viking needs to take out my favorite number, 42, really.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's been a little sideways here, but it's looking like it's trying to go. There's been a lot of their name, so if you don't know, not really directly related to Moderna, but Viking Therapeutics does have a GLP oral that they, even if things work out, they just don't have the money. What the heck? What in the heck is this? What did I just turn on? Okay, you have no idea, but I did some kind of a keystroke, and come to my screen for a second. I made some keystroke, and now all of a sudden I turn on this narrator feature that's in my ear telling me what I was saying and all this nonsense.
No way.
What in the actual heck was that?
Isn't Viking getting bought?
Anyways,
though?
no. So the idea with that was the weirdest thing. What stroke just turned that on? I've never even seen that feature before. See it seriously, Windows? Like, this is why people don't like. It doesn't even. That's crazy. Anyways, where was I with Viking? No, so they have enough capital to even they just couldn't roll out the product enough. They need a partnership or dilute. So the idea behind Viking is that, hey, even if things work roses, they probably have to tap the capital markets or be an acquisition to build this thing up. So it's always that kind of a name. So what happens, even when they get good results, it's like it's a selling opportunity because everyone realizes, hey, there's still a bigger shoe that has to drop. It's like for every step forward, there could be 2 steps back. Recognize you have to tap the capital markets to get scale. And if that does head of a buyout, there's a lot of risk in it. But it's always been a heavily speculated that they could be the next deal within the space. That's like I have no idea how I even 1 minute just doing normally. Next thing I know, it's like narrating what I was saying in my ear.
That's pretty cool.
And then that feed. No, it's not. You don't just want random-ish turning on Windows.
But you did
everything.
Secret key sequence.
Yeah, but I don't know. I must have. Obviously, I did. That's just annoying. Sometimes Windows. I don't know.
Yeah, I do that all the time. For some reason, I'm like, what did I even just hit? Guys, we got all out of fuel. Didn't hold VWAP. There is some indecision prints looking a little bit too bearish. So we got out of that one. Small size on it. Take a little bit of it. It's nothing to write home about. But we're starting to sell off here in Bitcoin. And I was talking about the descending wedge. And then sure enough, we were fortunate enough to take the short side. On this bad boy. So yeah, not too bad of a look there whatsoever. Western Digital's continuously getting hit on the head here. Neil, 1, 2, 5, 6. Out of its 6 previous sessions, 5 of them are red, and 2 of them are pretty. I mean, you did sell off here on this one a couple of days ago, earlier in the week, but then you found somewhat of a going to be the narrative here today. There's not enough time left in the session in order for this to find a rebound. You'd always be wrong. Something could happen, you have a headline step in, and then the next thing you know, things are going parabolic. For today's stomach feeling, I don't get that hunch. Netflix up 4%, a little bit of a relief rally. 1, 2, 3, 4 red days in a row. And I think Sharif Palantir has been on a pretty ugly red streak. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in a row after today's session. Or sorry, before today's session. That's not good. And then you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow. Out of the past 11, 10 of them being red. That's a really tough look. And sometimes it gets tough to sit through that type of stuff. But Sharif and I were just talking last night, because we're just so hyper-focused, sometimes we just need to zoom, when in doubt, just zoom out, try to remain calm. Place yourself in the best positions as possible for the long, especially if you're an investor. You head over to the ETFs and get the top name out of the ETFs. I think you'll be okay in the long run. All right, super angry wife had to say, because I asked them how their day was going. Hey, Joe, it's been pretty decent. I played DRAM biz with protective puts and calls and a nice caller. Thanks for asking. What about you? No, I'm red today, full of, but it hasn't been a horrible week and or a horrible month, so it happens. We took a hit bright and early small cap name, but it is what it is.
I'm not going to believe what this is.
Part with the S dot, even
The tap is 20 cents.
holy cow, yeah.
Oh, sorry, now 20 cents.
There it goes, super chat. If 1650 S dot, let's go. This is my type of guy right here, though. Blunder Corp, selling my car to buy more bird. You're my people, guys. I'm obviously being sarcastic. That don't sell the chair to buy the dip. Don't do any of those things. Do not gamble. I shouldn't say gamble. And I think investing is a little bit of a different story. But even so, allocate any form of cash that you can afford. In all seriousness, just don't do it, okay? So none of us here would be like, hey man, sell your car to buy this or this and do all those things. It's just not the logical or the right thing to do.
Well, I mean, I would never tell their car to buy something, but I might advocate something like mortgage to bet on the Buffalo Bills to win the Super Bowl. I might say something like that. Obvious. And thank you to everyone. Go ahead.
Sorry, no more Trump. That's all I
No,
want to
Trump
say.
is off stage.
Okay. Trump is off the stage. I should mention for anyone that is trading it, S dot now halted the upside. Adam James Abroad, when did you super chat that? Because I saw that was just now. It at 1858. The tap is actually coming back down to earth. It was as high as 27, the theoretical auction price. It's now 19, so it's indicating an open higher, but not too much higher. Should just be a standard halt, at least from what I'm seeing. You know, I think this is like the second halt today. It's not like it's had like that many. Yeah? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm going to look at? Like, if it's already going, my thought is silver hasn't broken VWAP yet. I might just flat bottom break this thing. Like, if this breaks, then we're going to fall. Like, this usually, when one's going, I think the metals can go too. So I'm going to have that up because look over, because I'm looking to my left and I can see Bitcoin. I might just take a shot through VWAP on SLV. So 240, I have no idea when the pizza is going to come, but I'm not waiting forever. If it ain't
Bro,
here
you
by...
had salmon. You're hungry still?
No, I don't know anything about the pizza.
Oh, you want the other
three,
stuff.
We're going to have a brew by... If it's not here, power hour hits, we're grabbing the brew. We promised we would do it. That's what it's going to be.
Oh, okay. And you got all Heinekens?
No. Half an
Oh, yeah, and Peroni.
The others.
Good old Italian stuff.
Yeah, why not? I like Peroni. So.
I like Peroni.
I'm not a beer guy.
Yeah, you're a cracking guy.
There's among other things. There's others. I'm not Guinness. I'm not really. Yeah, I'm not a huge Guinness
I
person.
never know what, man. I've never been a
not really
fan.
Don't get me wrong. Like I'll enjoy it. It's just I'd never choose
Never
it.
enjoyed it.
Like for my obviously I wouldn't turn it down or anything. And I've had it before. It's just I don't know. It's not me. On everybody. Here's a good one.
Let's see.
Today, so it's from Arzu Weiss. I thought you mentioned it maybe, I'm not sure. Will it be today or June 30th? So there's multiple stages for the imbalancing in the quarter. The S&P rebalancing and all those big additions for the S&P 500, that's usually the third Friday at the end of the quarter, at the end of the half year, which of course would be June. MS tends to do theirs at the end of a month. There's some Russell rebalancing tonight. So that'll be who's the big one in the Russell? I'm trying to remember here as I scroll down into our note, and I'm just going to quickly double check. I'm just whatever. I'll just quickly show it to you. We can just look at it live. S&P total market stuff tonight, but it's CI. There's a deletion here, but the Russell. There isn't a Russell. No names that you'd be interested in. Here we go. SMCI is a share increase P500. That would be a big one. I'd swear SpaceX was on here somewhere. Maybe it's not. Maybe that one's not today. But there's there's a bunch of stuff happening today. A lot of it's S&P completion. There's some MSCI. There is some Russell stuff happening. So you will expect to see some bigger imbalances in general on a Friday. And when you get to the end of the quarter, each time, the actual end of the month is going to have some as well. So when you see the last calendar day, trading day of the month, is some imbalances that we'll be digging ourselves into. Because I'll be in London. I just realized.
Nice.
I'm gonna miss a month end imbalances.
That's all right.
A
couple more months to go.
Yeah, there's always more.
Exactly. It was positive here today, but now you can see that we're short from 33.94, and then now we're all the way down to 76. Okay, so things are starting to cool off here. Fuel cell, I'm glad that we got out of that one. We didn't hold through the volume weighted average price, and now we need to bleed with the rest of the market. Maybe we find somewhat of a bottom here and a rebound, but it doesn't seem to be the narrative just yet. I will look on the Nasdaq. Below VWAP here, just in case there's utility. When you have this ebb and flow within these specific names, and you decision prints that individuals like Gorvin, Los Pollos, and I are looking for, so just via volume process signals, this can find some good opportunities. Same thing with Nvidia right at average price. There's a couple of ops. They may or may not display themselves. That's a completely different story. Move to the downside. Need I pull up S-stop because we just it was rolling really well for us here today, and then things just absolutely changed. Yeah, and then went off here, Adam. So congratulations to you for that. I'm watching the same thing. How was your day today? Let me know. We're going to send things off to Adara.
Guys, on XL Energy, XEL, this story is the reason why, and I'll zoom in a bit. The best just released this press release. They said that they are basically using an order here to keep coal-fired power generation alive in Colorado. Companies, including this public service company of Colorado, which is a subsidiary of XL, to, quote, take all measures necessary to ensure that Craig Unit 1 is available to operate. So we'll take a look at XEL here, not moving too much, but a name to keep an eye on here with the Department of Energy order. We're going to send it off to Sia for small cap recap.
Thank you so much, Adara. The IWM down almost 0.70% on the day. Let's take a look at a couple individual tickers I've picked for you now. VPG, Vishay, down 7.18%. It surged over 373%. So it's compared to the industry's growth of 22.9%, which is a pretty big move. Just thought I would mention that and put it there. PNBK is down all day. They announced the expansion into the South Florida market. Jamie Bruno will flagship Palm Beach station, which is expected to open by the end of this year. And finally, GH, which is Garden Health, that's up 5.25% on the day. They just had a target that was announced at $175 per share by Bernstein. Sending it right back to you.
To Ottawa. Thank you, Sia, for sure. And it's $2.50. Where's the pizza? The place we ordered. That's what Joe.
What time did you order it?
I don't know what time it got ordered, but it's also not the closest place. So we'll see. It just needs to be reasonable.
What? I didn't order. I told you, man.
What?
Oh, that's crazy.
Good one, Andre.
You got everybody.
Andre was just messing with us there.
Okay.
Everybody.
It's madness.
S-Dot opened up, flash 20. It's trying. It's holding 19, holding. So look at flash 20, back up here. So a little bit of action. if it can get back through the 20 level, Adam James Abroad, you're the one that called it technically. You said 16.25 went. You'd see. Is that what you said? 19?
Yeah, he did.
Well, it's already. It went to 20, but there hasn't been buyers above 19. You pretty much nailed that one. Like, there's nothing to tell you. Obviously, it's been a habitual line stepper, right? So when you zoom it out, say, like I would have said 20, maybe even 21, given it some of these wicks, and then there's something here at 25, I suppose. So like you've got some stuff up here where I'm not saying there's bag holders or anything, but there's certainly. I think the 16.25 made some sense. Is when you look at the last time it did volume, look at all of this consolidation between 15 and 17. That's the last real volume spike. So you had a bunch of chop, 15 and 17, midpoint 16. So that makes a lot of sense in there for sure. So yeah, they're 200%. It's still at that $19 level, doing pretty good volume. No one ever went broke taking profits, everybody.
No.
Let's be real. Now SpaceX.
Yeah, is it actually?
Of course.
Man, oh man, yeah. Gore, we might get a green light. There's a couple of things aligning for us. Oh, NVDL. Let's get involved with some NVDL here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm seeing some indecision prints at some key levels. And especially when you have this ebb and flow like this, if we have some more buying prep in, then it started to close here, Gore, and there's two things that were potentially going to give us the green light. Was that this volume by time. We have a nice print here, and then this started to see a lot of buying pressure really step in. So it doesn't seem to be the narrative right now. Also correlate with the pre-market resistance zone that can potentially act as support. Give it a couple of minutes. How much time is left in this 5-minute candle? Still 3 minutes or so, Niels. A little bit less than that at this point. So if we have more buyers participate and it closes how it is, then I think that's a good opportunity for both you and I maybe to find somewhat of a scalp. You might already be front running it and looking to get involved in that stuff, but hey, it is what it is. Let's see, UTFs on day trade. Neil, yeah, all the time. Like we're literally talking about
DRAM today.
Yeah, DRAM. We're trading DRAM, T-Trip, a couple other names as well.
What is lost?
I mean, we don't trade jets. Yeah,
NASA's been traded before.
NASA's been trade DRAM. What are some IBITs in ETF? Like what?
Here at Real Trading, and I've mentioned this before. At Real Trading, if you look at the top 10 symbols, because they have a month and all the office managers can see it. So like the top 10 symbols in the North American at Real Trading, minimum 5 of the 10 are ETFs. And most of the times it's like SOXL or like when silver, like it'll be like Zeta, I think ZSL, which was like SLV leverage. Like those types of things usually are going to lead the way in terms of volume. And it's not like you would think it's a SPY. It's not. It's usually whatever happens to be hot. So I would imagine, the SOX ETFs, for sure they have to be. Oh yeah, Steve M, this is 100% true. The other day you said you would long-term 35 in SpaceX. I already got the first dip in front of the 150. I think bid in front of 135. That being said, I am in my personal account, so I'll 7% now. I'll be at 20 if it gets down to 135, and then I'll probably back off. So personal buying, but I'm buying it in the Canadian. So like. The prices that you get it at, like one now. So if it's at like 153, it's kind of like one exactly, but close enough. So I'm probably in at like 25 something, and then like the next bid would be at like 20. I think it's at like my next bid's at like 23 or 22.69. I probably did silly and bid 22.69 if I go and look back, just to be a joker about it. But yeah, I'm using like now. There's basically a CDR for everything that you want to trade here in or trading vehicle, but anything you want to own. So whatever, I have Canadian dollars. They're all like it's so much easier to invest that way. Even like if I buy Nvidia now, that's what I buy at when I bought Walmart recently. I bought it in the CDR.
Okay.
So some names I literally have like in my RSP, like it had been US dollars because I've owned it for a while.
Maybe-
But all the new stuff I just use the CDR. So great.
APM getting smoked today, down 2%.
Rotation.
Yeah, there's clearly a rotation
Rotation.
going on. All right, dude.
Oh.
We're gonna go over to it. We get back. Thanks, NYC Urbanista. Always much love to you. Let's send it off, and then we got some super chats to cover, guys.
It's our Friday edition of To the Wall, where I pull up for an infographic and we talk about the infographic on the wall. Now, I actually waffled a lot for which one I wanted to show. Like, I was really conflicted. I had an Amazon. I was going to show you guys, and then I made this last minute. This is not going to be posted today. It's going to be posted over the week. So stay tuned. I think it's supposed to come out early, so be aware. But this is a look at Nike's Greater China revenue. Now, Greater China is a segment that what we've seen with Apple, with the same region, Nike has really struggled with as of late. Now, here's a look at, obviously, as you can tell, roughly 75 to 75%, it looks like, of their Greater China revenue comes from their footwear segment. They've got a portion here, apparel, a very little bit in equipment. Saying is all of it dropped on a year-over-year basis last quarter. Because again, it's worth remembering, Nike report Q4 and fiscal year 2020. So this is going to be the end of the fiscal year. So heading into that again, Q3 2026 revenue for China, great. Footwear down 7%, down 4%. Their largest segment here, or their smallest segment in China here, percent equipment total down 7%. So NKE has to do if it wants to leap over this China hurdle, this Q4 and FY26 report. That's to the window. And as always, if you guys have any infographics that you'd like me to make, any suggestions that you have for research things, tag me in the chat. You can also reach out to me on X at TTV Research, which is where you'll be able to find this infographic come Sunday afternoon. Back.
Thank you, as always.
We have
a big thank you.
couple of.
Let's get to the super.
Yeah, let's get to the super chat. and
Throw it
then
up, throw it up.
else.
Well, unless are you on the page?
Throw it up.
Can't see. Little POC. It's Sheffield Canadian dollars. Why not? Let's go. Some money trading MNQ. Here's some beer money, guys, from your local Toronto trader. Amin, appreciate you. And congratulations on MNQ. We love brews. And it's almost 3 o'clock. There's still no pizza here. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Who ordered it?
Oh, man. No, Joe did not order it.
What do you mean? I'm asking the question who ordered it.
We already know who ordered.
Yeah.
Sia and Tiffany ordered. We went over this already.
Sia, what did you order it off of?
Tiffany and I did it together, but Tiffany initiated it. But you could chime in.
No, where did you order it off of?
It was on their website, if I'm not.
Eats or anything along those lines?
I don't know.
We don't know. Man, the lack of answers is insane. All right, let's see what we got, guys. Fabian asking us to take a look.
Hey,
but that's why I'm just getting the hunch it's not coming, Neil. So our boy Fabian asking us to take a look at what he's got going on here. We have a $9 strike price. What we got to figure out here, Fabian, and I'm right now. Oh, okay. I see what you did here now, my friend. Yeah, time on this 4 months or so. You didn't pay anything out of the wazoo for it. $99. Don't forget, my guy, what the objective is. Like, if you get 9, then, like, that's a bonus, in my opinion. But there's still plenty of time. I do believe that you can head back into the lower 90s, which will give you a little bit of both values, intrinsic and extrinsic values. So you'll have money, like you'll have in the money contract and value too. So nice I like the look of it, especially with the path that we're currently on. And in the landscape within this oil trade, I've been continuing to unwind. No, I'm not. I'm being serious. I know I'm genuine. You guys don't get me yet.
I don't get you.
Apparently, a lot of people don't. Man, is it okay? You didn't have to say it was here for you to be like, I'll be right back. Oh, okay. Anyways, give someone snicker, man. This is crazy. No, man, we're always market's relaxed, I'll tell you guys when I'm agitated. So you guys know so is annoying me at this point, but no, that's not the narrative here. I'll smile and I'll giggle a little bit more. We're gonna send it off to somebody, but I do like that a lot there, Fabian. I think you'll be okay.
I am indeed. Let's take a look at what the market is doing right now. The SPY currently down 0.36%. Take a look at the sector. So let's check. We have continued redness from Nvidia, 0.05%. Apple has made its way back. It's coming back, hopefully a little bit, up 2%. It was flat earlier in the day. MU has continued its downfall. It's down 5.67% at the moment. It's continued to slide. RTX keeping that momentum. It's lost a little bit, but down. It's still up almost 1%. AVGO, AMD, INT, Cisco, all of it down in the red. Majority after is still sliding up into the red, 9.29%. Moving on to tech services, we have Google trading flat at the moment. Meta, Microsoft up 9%. Meta's up 1.36%. Oracle's down on the day, 2.27%. It's good that sliding down from earlier in the day. We have finance, BRKB, Visa, MasterCard performing really well. BRKB up almost 2% on the day, 1%, whereas MasterCard is up 2.3%. JPM, Bank of America, Emma down on the day in the red. We have Amazon, Microsoft, Costco, and Home Depot in the green. Amazon up 1%, Walmart's up 1% as well. Producer man, we are seeing quite a lot of red over there. And I see Indian closer to me, so I'm just going to, thank you. Thank you so much. We're going to continue, and I'm going to send it back to the guys. But producer manufacturing, a lot of red in that sector. CAT, AMAT down 4.75, 4.13% respectively. Consumer durables, Tesla up on the day, 1.33%. Now, this is a sector I do want to talk about. These stocks are on the track for their best week in about 4 years. And the S&P 500's health sector, which is this, Lilly is leading the sector right now, up 7.27%, has gained more percent, the sector alone this week. So if that holds through today, it would mark its biggest weekly advance that the sector has had since June 2022. So it's best performing out of all the 11 sectors. So by the S&P 500 overall has dropped about 1.8% this week alone. Services still holding that bearishness. XOM, CVX down 1.04% and 1.2%. Utilities, process industries, consumer non-durables, giving us a little bit of a mixed sentiment as well. Transportation, we have Uber up 4% on the day. Health services, we have UNH up 0.07%. And non-energy, seeing a bit of, well, all of red. The only thing that I see in the green is NE. Sending it back to you.
What's up, everybody? So that's how we roll. I can serve this. Sure. We'll do this too. There we go. I just realized only opener on the show. I'm not gonna throw this back there. I think Joe's one as well. So you guys in the back, you're probably gonna need one, but I got one. There you go. And no word of a lie, if you've seen Jeff, that actually is from the OTC markets.
Yeah, I have them.
It's got a little thing, like Jeff brought those to us one day. So I won't be that guy.
Why?
No, I mean, I'll wait till.
What are you gonna wait?
Cheers, man.
Oh.
You gotta wait.
For who? Oh, everybody.
What do you mean thoroughly have a program monitor?
Yeah. I've been talking Fabian. Fabian and I have been talking business.
Anyway, so
hold on. What about Assassino and working like the sticks over there? Did you forget them? Did you ask Assassino?
They've already got there.
Tiffany,
are you crazy?
Tiffany has one. She said no. My girl,
which is
man,
fine.
That's it. That's right.
Respect,
man.
Respect.
All right, then.
Okay, you guys
I know
good?
Fabian has one, man. That guy.
Well, anyways, they have, first of all, If you're only tuning in for the first time, we always appreciate the super chats and thank you when we get them. Every now and then it's like, hey, guys, have pizza and beer on Fridays for us. And it's like, yeah, well, of course. Just like, we're not sitting here like, hey, let's just pocket that cash. What did I do with the opener? I gave it to Darius. So there's Fabian as well. So like, this is we always appreciate it and have a little bit of fun and we'll have a brew.
Yeah.
So it's always
and hold on. I want to clear. Let's not forget the fact Neil is in vacation mode now.
What? How am I? Yeah, I'm leaving tomorrow.
Exactly. So that's why
I'm close to vacation. I'm not completely.
You're not days out. If I know I'm going on vacation, I'm pure vacay mode.
But what I mean to say is, cheers. It's all thank you guys, and it's all about the viewers, and we appreciate you. Cheers, Fabian.
Cheers.
See, like
cheers,
some
man,
people went with Heineken.
And to everyone behind us. Oh, I see it. No, nothing for you. Nothing for you?
No, I don't want to drink right now.
Okay, that's fair.
Enjoy.
Okay, that's good. Mad respect. It's working. She's working. Not professional, man.
See, there's professionals here, and then there's us.
Yeah. I'm okay with
I'm just being... There's professionals, and then there is us. Whoa, hold on a second. That's right.
Bro,
where did that even come from, Sports and Song? Always the King Frozone. He's got the super suit.
Frozone.
Were you even here? That was a year ago. We always dress up for Halloween on the show.
That was 2023.
How do you... Come on, Nadera. No, you don't remember that. The year or two? Okay, so it may have been maybe 23.
Could be wrong, but I think it was 2023.
I did Frozen there. What did Sean dress up as that year?
What do I gotta do?
Was that the hot dogs?
Oh, was he? No, I think he was Bitcoin, but he might have been the hot dog.
Sure.
Hot dog, Bitcoin, the money tree.
Or the hedge fund. Sorry, it was a hedge fund.
No, was it hedge fund?
We all thought it was the money tree.
I'm lazy, so I've done like I did one Star Trek one because I'm a nerd. Of course, I rocked the Frozone. But the best one of mine, I wish I had the picture with me. The best one by far, Pulp Fiction. That was
good one.
That was the best.
I was gonna ask.
That's how it should always be. We should do a theme for the viewers and like boom, like we all dress up on theme on Halloween, just to make it more. What's the point? I mean, heck, man, what's the point of having this? We're not gonna have some fun with it.
I was gonna but then I realized real quick.
I mean,
That he was-
to be really stereotypical, it's pretty obvious what it was.
I didn't ask.
It would have been, even if we tried to do it the other way, it was.
I didn't.
It just wouldn't.
That's why I didn't ask.
Just saying.
All right,
it's true though. It just doesn't work.
That way. Are you ready? Are you ready, Casino, to become a real trader? Training cohort is just around the corner, and this we're expanding reach. If you live outside the U.S., now's your chance to apply and enjoy our program, trading U.S. equities during regular market hours. So be sure for continuous U.S. sessions. The program is carefully designed to help you master market structure, different marketplaces and venues, order to execution, retail/amateur approaches. Space is limited, so don't wait. Apply now and trading skills to the next level. Trading. Man, we got a nice 15-cent pop right there in IBX.
In the future there.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God. There it is. This is what I wanted to know.
I mean,
SpaceX didn't do anything.
It didn't need to.
No.
Didn't need to be. On Miller, no, I have not. And I'm always taking suggestions. Halloween. I have no idea what I'm going to do this year for Halloween. I don't think what did we do last year? I can't remember what we did last year.
Sean was a hedge fund and you were.
That was that movie, Soda Pop, or whatever, from the K-pop Demon Hunters.
Yeah,
I did
a tough one, Neil. I've seen better. I'm just being honest.
Like,
you have to. Okay, so first of all, you have to understand that like my daughter was very much. She's really into it, and that's like daddy dress up as top Demon Hunters person. So. That was
what a big bounce in Bitcoin there.
Yeah. No, we're getting some bounce. I might.
Someone said you should be Soldier Boy.
Huh? No, Soldier Boy
like-
from I'm Gonna Get You Sucker from the 80s. Yeah.
Oh no.
Not like that
most,
Soldier Boy.
The
You
most
crazy?
recent Soldier Boy.
No. Absolute. Like, I would not put him down and say I just like never do this, never do that. There is a 0% ever dressing up as that clown or rap that I don't like. What else we got going on here? Y'all should do Reservoir Dog. We got to put that on the list. Reservoir Dogs or Men in Black, the suit and tie look, Happy Weekend. That's a good easy one everybody could pull off.
What's that one?
Reservoir Dogs.
I haven't seen that movie in ages, man.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were gonna say you haven't seen that.
No, I've seen it.
Way, Adam.
Yeah, it hit 22.
This stock, man.
I was gonna say something. It's appropriate because it's just inappropriate, but I was just.
This stock is crazy.
I'm 22.
This stock is insane. It is absolutely nuts.
Yeah, I did Chicago.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, as thought was Phil, it wasn't for me, to be honest with you. Yeah, we could have had some good opportunities to really take it to the next levels, but we just didn't. Well, look at this, Neil. We hop in a team. We thought we were gonna get an all-day fader here. 3 o'clock, then it just goes giving back something that we've been sitting in for the past 45 minutes. So
hey, thanks, Daniel. This is cracking about it. Daniel Westermeyer just sent this one too. This was us. Look at the graphics, though. Like, look at that.
GME.
First of all, how must have been messed up. Oh, I know what it is because we did do like piano per share.
I love
Sean's
Sean's toupee, man.
And then there's the other one. Right, we went and that was Frozone. Yeah,
that's great.
Word.
Say less. Keep that away from me.
Okay. Yeah, that'll work. How much pizza did we get? Like 15 minutes left.
Yeah.
Damn.
Make sure you guys bring some home.
There's not even a. I can't even put that here. Like,
yeah. Yo, you know how big North? Like, you guys gotta understand how big.
Why did we get 2? That's crazy.
Well, they have really big slices.
Oh.
Guys, let's not beat around the bush.
My goodness.
You guys are probably at the top 5 pizza review right here.
It's over.
Yeah, man. I have to review this pizza. No, there's nothing I can really do. I'm sorry. It's not the same. We'll pull up. Oh, my God. Brooklyn is a really pizzeria. We don't want to knock over Connor Brown when I went to. You got that? Let's make sure Michael is Michael.
I don't even remember which.
You know who we need to. You know who needs to get offered some?
Yo, I want that.
Neil wants this one. Look at this one.
Yeah.
Go offer Raquel a slice. If you don't mind, I know it's for everyone. Raquel should definitely get
those back in the fridge.
Always there. I am out. Malik, have to do a pizza review on that one.
Yes.
Yeah, hey, listen, we'll do a full pizza review on that. Maybe we won't, though, at the end of the day. But Michael and everybody else around here wants a slice because that's what we do. But Raquel,
okay, 2 things. One, I'm getting out over VWAP. If I'm in under VWAP, I'm absolutely not, Scott. I've already not doing that again. I ordered you another world's hottest chip again. No.
What happened?
Absolutely not doing the Packy Chip Challenge again. I appreciate you could send whatever you want. Like that, I'm not doing it again. Saying that no person needs. There's just no point. Why would anyone do that challenge? It's just it's crazy. I enjoy good hot wing. I like spice. I like spicy food. It's called warfare. There's just 0 point to it except to inflict pain on human beings. So why would anybody do that shit that hot? It's crazy. I'll go to almost any spot and eat a swing. I'm down with that. It's reasonable. That was.
Wow.
I trust me when I tell you.
What's up, Peiko?
If somebody's like, oh yeah, do that for $50. No.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Are you ready for this?
Absolutely not.
This is a huge day, right? From Jesse too. Whipping out is forever, Neil.
What? Pain
stems forever.
I've already done it. I didn't wimp out.
So you didn't wimp out? Okay, all right.
The challenge was put down. There was a bet on it. I had no idea what it was. Hey, if this happens, and you know me, I'm just like, hey, whatever. It's like a hot chip. And then after the bet, notice how it was after said yes. People in the chat were like, Neil, you should probably look that up. And that's literally how it happened. I'm like, I agreed to it on the show. And people in the chat started saying, Neil, you should look that up. I realized that I probably made a great mistake. And thankfully, because Sean's arrived, like, I'll do it with you, and Fahad at the time, yeah, we'll all just do it. We did a big thing up at the big desk. And crazy, but I'm not doing that again.
Yeah, I'm not.
Like, if I do that, then it better be for like some chick getting a lot of money. Because it's so pointless to do, man. I'm not saying it was doable. Like, it's not, it didn't kill anybody, but like, why?
Neil, you better bring some of that pizza home so it doesn't go.
We're leaving tomorrow, man.
So
I got a Tupperware. I'll take some to my dog.
Yeah. You guys can. There's a lot of pizza there, and I just have a hunch that it's not going to be consumed. We gotta eat as much as we can. Get it as well too over in the algorithm if there's anything left. I know Brando is probably not gonna.
Oh, you know that.
Brando's not gonna have any. Jose will have some, and Benner back there too. Starting to sell off here, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, this did run into this 32 marker, starting to come back in a little bit. Maybe we can find something to engage at that point. But what I'm gonna is this SpaceX to the MSCI index. Let's send it off to Neil, guys.
Absolutely, everybody. Volatility creates movement, and if you're a sophisticated trader, that movement is a big opportunity. So Beta Pro by Globex is offering Canada's longest-running suite of leverage ETFs that are built for sophisticated investors who understand the risks of leverage and the importance of its triple leverage bull and 3x bear ETFs tied to the Nasdaq 100 index are designed for daily tactical trades, provide a daily exposure and giving tools to engage with both upward momentum and market pullbacks. These strategies are currency hedged. See, set U.S. dollar exposure back to the Canadian loonie, getting short-term market moves, whether up or down. Beta Pro is offering the flexibility to act with conviction, whatever that looks like for your individual actives and risk profile. So trade tactically and learn more at betapro.ca. Scan that is there up in front of the screen for you guys, for sure. What is chat's got jokes? The chat's got a lot of jokes. I'm seeing like Halloween should be Bezos.
And yeah, no.
Why not? I that's another perfectly just take just get like, you know, I don't know, market related characters. Let's just Brendan.
I'm cool. I'm actually real cool.
Great idea.
One, because I'll leave it up to myself. I can do Bezos. What's up?
Well, I was just going to say, I mean, I'm down if we do a theme for market-related people, and I already have an idea. But I've actually earned my costume for this year if we don't.
I liked your last year's costume.
Yeah, it's another independent film type thing.
Yeah, Dara stepped up. Midsummer Night.
All right.
I don't want to be like selfish, but why is no eating the pizza?
Yeah, no, that's the real.
Like I
Dodo might be
sitting over
guy
there.
Who got some there. I sit here with one. I'll do a quick go over here.
Yeah, if someone wants to set us up, I'd be.
No, I'm not hungry. We had.
Thinking Bear, shout out to Adara's midsummer costume the other year, and will you please?
Yeah.
Will you please hack Adara?
Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah, should have read that.
You're busy
first.
at work at Boeing. We can't do this right now. But no one has
Ellie.
the super chat.
Crazy.
Thanks for the chat, everybody. Kim Jong Click Clack with the super chat here. This first. Yeah, no, fine. My friend's colon and flared up after the hot chip challenge. He couldn't eat properly for 2 years. Be careful. Now, I'm not saying that I'm sorry they had that experience. That part of it wasn't that bad, but I would strongly suggest, like, don't do it. Like, it is. I'm telling you, it is one thing just having a hot wing. But like there's levels to it. If it's like a few hundred thousand on the Scoville scale,
this one's for
million on the Scoville scale.
Thanks, my boy.
2 million,
Thank you.
2 mil, 2.5 mil. That's just silly. It's not even like there's just no point. I'm surprised they even let people go to the. I heard something about some teams in the emergency room.
Spicy pickles that everyone's eating as well too. I'm waiting for the SpaceX just so we keep it.
So I did find it. So when I was browsing through earlier, here we go. I don't know if we can zoom this in. MSCI tonight, SpaceX, 3.5 billion notional value. 22 million shares expected to be bought on SpaceX. 2 million. So we'll see. Remember, it's a Nasdaq stock. There's no early look. Now, there's big numbers already on the look. CCO, BE. BE is a 14 million sell already. ION is an 11 million sell. SMR, 8.3 million. AMC, 8 million to the buy side. I'm going to make a list. I'm out for real at 350. I can have just the ones I'm looking, because there's going to be big numbers. And usually what you want to do is curate a list where I know what SpaceX is. Because if it's at the top of the list, I want to see it. We're just going to do that. SpaceX. I don't know if I need that SMR on Q. I'll have that. Sure. Definitely SpaceX. Maybe I'll throw other ones. Like Q looks pretty interesting as well. So I might just throw that. What up?
You ready for this?
Ready for
I see a lot of people in the chat ask me for me how I rock and roll. All right, guys. One bite. Everybody knows the rules. I'm pretty good so far, and you can just hear the crisp. If I should,
I'm gonna just eat
some is it ASMR? Put the crust right by the mic there, so you guys can. What's up? Oh, are you ready for this, Sia?
Yeah.
It's a review right now. One bite. Everybody knows.
Mm-hmm. I'm just keeping it real. I'm in heaven.
Chilling.
It's Friday.
That's gasoline for sure.
This is
We're going with a 8-4. 8-4 on the rating. I mean, hit the what's for lunch. Yeah, that's a what's for lunch segment right there.
I'm just trying not to scarf the whole thing in front of you.
Yeah, it was all right, man. I can offer a little bit while you.
Yeah, but it's coming if they catch me how fast I would normally eat it.
Well, yeah, don't hide anything.
Maybe knows too.
Bro, Deshaun, don't even tell me I didn't. I took the whole bus, my boy. We're gonna send things off to Adara, but yeah, 8-4 on those. Bitcoin starting to head a little bit lower. Let's see what SpaceX is.
Drop here on PL, Apple's Vision Pro and smart glasses. She's reportedly leaving for Open AAPL, pulling back from highs here. The Vision Pro and smart glasses leader reportedly leaving for OpenAI, and this follows similar news that a variety of Google AI leads over the last week have left for other companies, including OpenAI, Google, and Anthropic. So interesting look there for AAPL. I have to mention here with SPCE Focus, seeing a report that Elon Musk got approval to buy a startup is founded by a former engineer from SpaceX. It focuses on optical data center and tech. Not much of a move here. Apple, really the story there with that vision leaving for OpenAI. Send this over to CF for Money Talks.
Thank you so much. The yen remaining under of a pressure, still near levels that are keeping the Japanese intervention risk in. We have the yen currently trading around 161 yen. Also, the euro is benefiting from the dollar as well, with the ECB headlines that are still part of this market backdrop as well. Even the Indian rupee is under this certain weakness. Crude oil as well, capital flow concerns, and also the broader risk the rupee is seeing at the moment. Let's take a look at the dollar as well. The dollar still continues to be currency, I would say. Still, however, like it slipped a bit, still holding that momentum. Currently down, still points you're sending it back to.
Thank you, Sia. That was absolutely. I'm not some connoisseur or anything. Absolutely delicious. Adam James Rocky, TMN always awesome. You know what? Here's the. It is nothing intentional to that. So you guys all know, obviously, by this point, John's daughter is like a hockey player. She plays baseball as well. Shout out to Gia. If you know that like tournaments are on the weekends, right?
Yeah.
So you're always taking off on a Friday. So that's the reason. Like Chung's gonna be off on a lot of Fridays because he's got that job. You know what I'm saying? Like he supported his daughter. So Gia's off a tournament in Vermont. That's on, and it just so happens like if we're doing like pizza and whatever, it ends up being on a Friday afternoon. It's a little bbit slower, not a lot of volume going through. Typically, that's just how we roll. What? So
He made me look, man.
Drew Farrell got you with
He
the
got me hard.
Hakeem Peel sketches. You got
got me
little
there.
schmutz on your shirt. That's low key. Get my daughter with that all the time. You should the look of defeat face every time I'm like, you hurt. Boom. And I'm still doing it too. I've been doing it for years, and she never gets me. Never. And I just every single. I'm gonna do it to her when I get home tonight again. And then she's just the groan. And then she tries to get me back too soon. And I keep telling her,
What's a
you
Garmin?
can't try doing somebody like 10 minutes after they did it to you. It'll never work. Wait a week. Wait a week. Show
At
some
least,
patience.
yeah.
So we talked, by the way, we talked about these imbalances. There's a few bigger ones. Joby right now, that's not a typo. 52 million early look buy. 52. So here's what happened when that number flashed. Look, these aren't real. And at 350, they're published. This is 25 minutes before, almost 25 or less than 25 minutes of when, and the early look just caused the spike to the upside on Joby. So that's immediate to the list. SpaceX number, because that's the big addition to the MSCI, but a huge imbalance right now. Now again, I want to preface this, not every, because there is a sell imbalance. It's because there is a gigantic number with a BS, does not automatically mean a stock is going to go up now to the close. So lots of things can happen. This 51 could end up being 25 because a bunch of it gets paired up. It could flip in the other direction at 355. Lots of things can close, but the reason for that spike very much so that gigantic imbalance. And that's a balance. It's almost twice the volume that it's done on the day, which is insane.
Yeah, that is pretty big. That's why I put it up, man.
Yeah, that's huge. I'm gonna have that on a side burner. I'm gonna probably, if we just get for right now, and if we get to the high on BlackBerry, get out. So stop was under 11. Stop's gonna go even because we're rolling into the close now. Now it's about at this point. So I'm just gonna stop in there.
Okay.
So we're locked in those. So can't lose on the trade. 1 for 2 this afternoon. 3 brisk. BlackBerry 1 won, 1 lost. But I think looking at those for sure, those are pretty big. And remember, what happens on the indices, whether it's like a huge move up, down, left, right, center, Intel, and there was one day we were watching Intel and Nvidia, monster selling out of nowhere, and they both and they ended up meaning nothing the next day. Like they just came back the next day. A lot of times when you get this like window dressing, or whether it's an addition, deletion, up, weight, down, rate, necessarily reflect anything going forward. It's just about what happens at the close. So you don't want to, goodness, does that mean Joby? Like, does this mean Joby's a really good buy? No, it doesn't mean that at all. You know, today there's a big influence on it. That's all.
Fair enough. All right, we're to one. We're going to talk some Asian market closes.
3 minutes left here of the session, so it's time to take a look at what Asian markets did last night and what they'll do Sunday evening ahead of that. How are you doing, and what looking at for the Asian markets right now?
Doing well, thanks, Sadira. The Pete, amazing. Thank you to all in the chat. Now we take a look at the Asian markets. That was the main story, not only in the market, but also in the Asian markets. That AI links volatility in AI hardware, that plunged the Kospi down by 81%, as well as the Nikkei 225 by. And apart from that, SoftBank Group, they were down by 12.5%, and that's based on news on OpenAI delaying its IPO until 2020. And one of the major stories in Tokyo, Japan, core CPI for June, 1.3%. So there's expectation rate hike from the Bank of Japan, and that's putting a lot of pressure in the industrial sectors. What do we look forward to on Sunday's open markets? Depending on how US markets end today, especially in tech and AI, if the tech buys, they don't buy or absorb the AI dip, expect some institutional trigger gap downs in both Seoul and as well as the Nikkei 225. And since India was today, they were on public day for Muharram, they didn't really get affected by Friday's tech rout. So IT exporters like Infosys and TCS could face a little bit of pressure, especially on that open on Monday for global chips decline. So keep an eye out on that.
Yeah, lots to keep an eye out here for. Thanks once again to One for this about the Asian markets. And you'll see him again every day. The markets are 11:30 to talk these European close. And then, of course, Asian markets 3 p.m. See you next week. And thanks for the segment.
The way he's questioning it, we're gonna need more than 1 minute with one. I'm just saying, we gotta doing a great job, of course. And I wanna, because as quickly, remember we said just because there's an imbalance doesn't mean it's that imbalance on Joby went all the way down to about 4 million. She's even still 4.6 million, 53 to 4.6 million. But here's the ending. See the paired volume, 7. It's not as if that imbalance didn't pay off, because then you would see this number, 50-something million shares, maybe even 60 million shares, just disappeared. And somebody might have, there could be a bunch of nations. It could be someone fingered an order into the close, realized it, and then they canceled before imbalances come out. So a mistake. Or it's just we chopped the stock. You don't really know what it could be. But Joby did retrace move. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Way too early in the Joby. Like that'd be crazy talk to punch in 32.
That's way too early.
That's way too early to hold.
Way
holds.
too early.
Am I gonna get out of all this? This is coming back. I'm just gonna get out. BlackBerry on the pullback. It's already breaking down, so we just got out of that trade. So we'll get out of this. Let's go to Adara, some breaking news.
Sunrun rallying here again. Hour. It is worth noting, of course, if you missed it, a couple of Tesla and Sunrun, a deal related to power. Now we're hearing in a Fox with regards to speculation of a takeover by Tesla. The CEO of Sunrun said, when you build a great company, you always become attractive for. And on watch, pushing higher here. Keep an eye on Sunrun. Also, TSLA with 27 minutes left until that closing bell. Back to you.
Joe, what's up with AMC? I'll take a look for you because you're my guy.
AMC?
Yeah. We were looking at the Wendy's on bright and early this morning. We can do that right now. But let's go over to, let's head over to AMC Entertainment right here, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I mean, okay, this is a brand here today, Neil. Most definitely. It's looking pretty dull. I mean, bigger picture, it's fantastic. Is this thing getting if it's optionable or not? We're going to figure that right out right now because I like T. He's always very, very kind. Look at all this open interest here, guys. It's 21 days. 21 have anything until July 7th. So you're not going to get weekly thing in those 2-day expirations on the way. If we go further out, how does our open interest look? But look at that at the money IV here. $2.50 right now. Size at that level, just program to be honest with you. I mean, I don't have anything to get all excited about and think that towards those all-time highs. That's not the narrative, I believe, in this name. It's just one of those where money happens to be into kind of these meme names. What's the meme?
Is it even a meme? Is it really even a meme anymore? What is it? Can we? Yeah. Does it even get that level of cred?
Once a meme, Neil?
I don't think so. I don't see anymore. Nothing.
Yeah, let's take a look at that, August. Which
6.5 cents.
That's nothing crazy.
Like, yeah,
It's nothing crazy.
that's not like that's the thing. 5% short float. If you want AMC to go, you gotta start thinking about how it's gonna move, so it can have momentum on it. I don't know. I just don't see it as. It's not the same. There's actual. There are names every single week
I don't even have
that are actually making moves in the small cap space. They give you real opportunities if you're looking for squeeze plays, explosive upside. Yet everyone keeps chasing the old ones. Like GameStop hasn't in a long time. Except there was a super chat up here, Nick. Intriguing. Yeah, it's Nick Dubs here. It's intriguing. Curious your thoughts on pins here. But I go back to something, and I hate to be a broken record, but it's helped me personally. I don't do trading, but this is legit my swing trading. Is to understand this bad or sloping 200, change the breakout long trade. So if you look at this as trending up and holding the 50 period, where you're long when it's breaking the 50, you're long when it's breaking the 50, or stops, you could still be in, or you're long when it's breaking the 50, the trend line stop. But then the target, that 200 period moving average, or at least resistance level, which is about 25, 20, which means a lot of chop in here. So continued real explosion would be confirmation above those levels for me. Then you throw in the fundamentally, I don't know what Pinterest is doing. So it has to, for me, it's got to be technical. That's what the game is and I don't see that changing anytime. Dijon Mustard said AMC for a short. I mean, it's hard to argue with that sentiment.
I'm looking at the at the options.
It's hard to argue with that sentiment when it pops.
Like, think about it. 3 days away until expiration. I go as high as I possibly can here, Neil.
Yeah.
If you're like, I don't know, you're better off buying it, to be honest, at this point. Buying the calls, the writing.
Really?
Yeah, it's not even worth it, dude. You click. It's not even worth it. There's a lot of size there. Yeah, it's literally worth it. You're better off, to be honest with you, because these can appreciate a lot more. You can lose on the writing side than what you get if you grab a handful of these AMC calls that are out of the money 203 days. Like, this is a lottery ticket, $20. You're going to have fun with it. That's not something you really look for any form of appreciation within. Over to Wendy's and see what we have going on there. 309%. Guys, we were to this name Brighton early this morning, and it was only around 2-something% from options perspective. So for me personally, I would just avoid these smaller cap names, Neil. They're something that you have fun with, where you just buy on tracks. And if you happen to hit 1 out of every 20 or 30 trades, then it makes up half the ground. They're lotteries take plays.
Yeah, I guess.
They're fun. They're fun to mess around with, just in case something happens.
And I understand, like, everyone's always 100 bag or
right,
bag
like, and you can there.
What's jokes about it is I see in the chat someone's like, "Hey man, people say AMC, people trade everything." And I'm not. This isn't bag on. By the way, AMC actually had an
Dude, do I say bad boy? I don't think I've used the term bad
crazy.
Boy. Have I ever
it's up
said
10%. Moved a little bit. Like, it's been moving to its breakout here from $1 to $3 on AMC. Like, I don't know if I want to crap on it, but that's somebody retracing as we speak. So I think if you had this one when it broke this little downtrend at the bottom, great. The 50 period, maybe there's something doing here. 200, and technically it's looking better. That 8 million imbalance is into 26. Early look imbalance is into 26 million in volume. So that is pretty. Imbalances are pretty significant. Like, Bloom, 15 million sell into 16 million in volume, 13% today. These are pretty big numbers. So in about 10 minutes, we'll get these and we'll see what happens. So we got a head here. Secretary of State, which is a clear and structured process to restore non-sovereignty, and dismantle infrastructure. Okay, so still progressing. I bet you doing a heck of a lot on that because it really has not been flattish. Every time we pull up this chart, just a reminder, regarding headline oil price, oil is just coming down. That's just been, no matter what, whether people are skeptical that this gets done, inspections, blah, 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 we've still been trending down. And until that changes, I think the price eyeball don't lie in this case. So the headlines have been somewhat burgers. Let's go back up to the, hey, time for a crypto update.
Nice.
Bitcoin currently is sinking. It's in the 15,800 region. I would say better days for sure. Down. Well, it's not down on the day. It's just positive, just to 7%. Another thing about from Europe is that the Spain's regulator will be granting extensions or waivers to crypto firms that fail to secure licenses under the EU's ICA regime. Its chair, Carlos Sacilio, has said so today when it was about the major platforms that included Binance, which do not have licenses. So just a quick mention about that. So BTC trading near the 59,040 region at the moment. ETH is currently, almost very close to 1%, trading near 1,570 region. Whereas we have Solana, that's up 9% on the day, almost trading around the $6 region.
What are you doing, man?
What's up?
This guy.
Oh boy. Well, Fabian likes AMC, huh?
Yeah, I don't know what Fabian's got going on.
I'm peeking at those slices again.
Go grab another one. Don't let them go to waste, man. And some open, so they're just going cold now.
I'll be right back.
Grab one, my boy. And see what. Seriously, someone should go give Raquel. Neil, you should go off some pizza. Want? Oh, do you have? Oh, okay, that's good. Yeah, all right. Juan, yeah, grab some pizza. Juan, you don't want pizza? Yeah. Son, Michael doesn't want any. Michael, you want some pizza? It's over there, brother. Go have a slice. All right, I got Mike, most beloved. Maybe in this room is Michael, a highly respected individual. Yeah. Over here, when we're eating, man, stop doing that.
Joe was talking.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a system to this.
Yeah, there's some. Eat the pizza up. Nice, Joe. What's up, say man? When will BM&R be added to 1,000 today at market? We'd have to look at the additions. Figure that out for you here. Today. Now. Or no, that's the Russell. What am I talking about? Russell.
No.
You didn't see it today?
No.
I didn't see anything. I looked those, to be honest with you. I don't even know if it deserves to be honest with you. New PIs for companies. I'm not seeing 2020 Russell Index. No, I don't think it is, to be honest. I'm wrong at this point as well, too. 1,000 growth factor. Yeah, I'll have it later, but no, I highly doubt that it's going to be acceptable. Yeah, it is very good pizza. Pizza sounds. Find something to look at. We'll go over to our watch list. We'll see how the day, right? Like Nvidia couldn't turn anything positive here today. Google was up, then relatively flat here, guys. Down 0.5% on the session. A little bit less than holding above the volume-weighted average price. Microsoft and Tesla holding on to positivity. And then we also have Broadcom here as well, guys. Something like a cent. Meta there up 1 1/3 megs. Someone called it the lag. Complete disrespect. Obviously, here it is up today, 1%. AM Oracle, Palantir is up 5% here today. A little bro. It's better than absolute number. The peak to this current, you're down 48%. Now you're down a little bit less than though. Not horrible. If you're a shareholder and if you're someone who's buying all the way up here, it's not great on the bigger picture of things. Now here's from memory names. see and hit down 20%, officially touching into bear market. Same thing, digital 25% there, guys. And then we got DRAM down 5%, only about 10% off of its all-time high. Not too bad. SanDisk holding up as well, so you're only down 11% there. But Coinbase, your leverage product, and this is why we say don't own these. Swing them temporarily, but this will never financially recover. And if you know.
That's,
Coin L.
Oh, Coin L.
Yeah, the leverage. What did you think I was
I thought you were just talking about Coin.
Oh, no, Coin L. Yeah, Coin L.
Oh, okay.
You'll never financially recover that. Guys, if you know, you know. From Tiger King. That guy came locked up, man. That's crazy. They did him mad dirty. 7% to the downside here on CRCL. With that being said, give me one more second here. I'll let you got going on there. It's to 10.
Oh, I already digested.
Yeah, I know.
It's gone.
We'll ramble on a couple of minutes ago. We'll see how everybody else feels it. But here, Adara gaining some ground here, up 11% at this point. Nice work there.
Thank you, Oracle.
For that one there. Your boy right here, 16%. The Jedi Master himself, 37%. Katina Man, who will be joining, I guess I should say I will be joining Katina Man on Monday, the show. As we get at the show.
What?
They call Katina Man in our segment the show. Yeah,
okay.
You ready?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, the show. Welcome to the show.
Long live. That's all I have to say in terms of combining names.
Long live
for
Adobe.
Adobe.
But
that is the best one.
You think it's the best?
Because obviously the stock reference. It's a trading show. You can't beat that kind of a reference. You can't. You're not.
But even if the stock is down 70%, if it's high,
it doesn't have to be a good. It just works. Wow, that's how you want to be.
Yeah, man. Hey,
it has to be about the Adobe stock, like good.
Yeah. The show. Why?
Did everyone just?
Oh, okay. I thought you said the show. I think the show is a little bit.
Shoes on the other foot now.
Well, I thought you said SHO. I thought you said SHOW, to be honest. And then I'm like, you're actually
shoe.
I'm like, you're clever.
Shoe. Oh, of course. Shoe. This is what happens when we get. Oh, bye. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have trailed out of that one. But the imbalances are coming, and it didn't have an imbalance like everything else. So nothing burger, but hey, 9 points. This has been mentally imbalances, by the way. This is not just. This is like BlackBerry's not some great earnings breakout here on BlackBerry. Continuation from a fantastic. So boom. It looked like it was a pullback, clean break, bull flag, all that good stuff. Always watch out for the third day. That'll be on Monday. Sometimes you get that exhaustion if it gaps up again, but very certainly on one. Undeniable. We were just talking about, AMC. Who trades AMC? That's the thing. Like, in that time that AMC made that move, 1 to 3 back, well, at that same time frame, like BlackBerry's made a move, but guess continuing the move. Why? Because these actually gave it a reason. So why not, like, forget about stock this or that. There's always better out there. And this is not I'm not saying it's just, I just saw that one going to the high. Why not? Isaac, any hope with Hertz? I mean, and you're say. You know I'm going to say I have zero reason to believe in them. So, when something's like this, if you've done a ton of due diligence, because you have to make your own decisions and believe in a story or a turnaround or something fundamental, more power to you. That's for something like that. Because I think that's what it has to. Like, you have to, like, you do a really fundamental conviction turnaround. Has that kind of, have a look at What's the best example of that? Carvana would be a good of that. You know, have a strong fundamental belief still there. All right, there's 40 million to buy on Open Door. 40 to buy on Open Door.
Where'd SpaceX go?
SpaceX, 5 million on SpaceX. I just looked up and saw that. Now 4 million off. Excuse me. AMC is also there. Open Door is already pairing AMC, 18 million to the buy. All smaller cap names. Why? CI Russell stuff. We have ONDS is going to be at 9 million to the buy side. We have people interested in AMC's earlier. Goss, beyond cares. None of the big here, but the market, overall market, 4.6 billion sell, 3.4 billion sell, mag set 820 million to the buy side. So the mag Under Armour is a buy, 5 million there. But the big name, Open Door, 20 million shares to the buy side on Open Door. That ain't chump change. And of course, SpaceX, which is going into the MSCI index, that is currently, I'll just show you here, it is 4 side on space. G came out smaller than expected, 7 million sell on Blue. Yeah.
All right, good stuff. We took a beautiful scalp right there on SPCE. Oh, we would have just absolutely crushed this here. I'm in super early.
Yeah, it's like
I was in super early, but we'll take that all every day on that, man. That was actually big time there. We're happy that he was yelling at me because I was pronouncing the show name wrong. No, I'm joking. Here it is, right? 154 all the way up here. I just said it shoot, but we're calling it the show. So, anyways, aside from that, oh hey, I'm moving. A nice little move right here, guys. One all the way up here. Held it there. What was that? 73s. Gosh dang it, but hey man, we'll take what it is. That was a pretty good trade for us. We're gonna wait until 5 on the rebalance. That could give you opportunity to get right back in on this bad boy. But with the addition, then man, I think this has some more room to run. Excuse me, beep for the rebalance here at 55. See what it's looking like. Same thing. What do we got going on? Space up there now. Wow, it's gone now, my brother. Paper hand, yeah.
It's 30 paired already.
Yeah.
They've paired off the bulk of this. 3.2 million to the buy side on SpaceX. Open Door still 21. Joby basically nothing, only 2.6. That 40 was just gaze. Those are the ones that I want. Bloom Energy as well. But SpaceX, they're still up. Remember, notionally, there's a big difference between 4 million and Open Door being 20 million on our stock. Much bigger notion value to the buy side here on SpaceX, which is one of the reasons why I pay attention to that. Do keep in mind, 5 is often a pairing event. That's when they lock the orders. Get on close. They lock in, and then people can't cancel them. A lot of orders don't go in until right before 3:55, which can obviously off or flip the imbalance. Just to give you guys that. So if you see it start to pull back, time that's in anticipation of 3:50, when a bunch of order flow to offset the bounces often comes in. I'm not going to say it a lot of
it's gone, Neil. Wow. It did. It came down to 54. 154 fish shot right back up like $1 real quick. See if we can find another opportunity to get involved with one, man. That was a really nice chance there. See, it's coming in real. Tape looks pretty strong, but it might continue. Man, oh man, there's a lot of shares that need to really uptick in this bad boy. So one over, we're going to take an additional stab on this, Neil, but we'll allow some more selling pressure to step back in. There it is, down tick, boy, so far. Man, a nice little scalp on space. To be honest with you guys, that's going to be my best performing here today. Trade a lot more names that I would like. Started bright and during the pre-market when it brought us that small cap. It just didn't do what we wanted it to do. YQCOM down $4 and 5.
He knew 42. Qualcomm balance as well. 3 million sell and balance. Qualcomm, there it is. Let's go to Adara, but sell and Qualcomm.
Sounds good.
President Trump is talking about a religion, which is why I didn't bring it up earlier, but it is going to be on market. He was just asked, what will you do with regards to Iran? You said the ceasefire. He said, quote, President Trump threatening potentially some connection here with regards to Iran's threat of this, based on what President Trump said there. Google also balance related, but I've been seeing this flag in social media, so just be aware here. Geo, if I see news, I'll let you know. Back to you.
Thank you, Adara. And for those that have asked, someone asked what's going on with Robinhood. 1.9 million for Alphabet. It's just going to be easy to put it up. What's happening is a lot of smaller cap names are getting the bounces because of the nature of today. Google's a small buy balance. Alphabet into the buy side. So why is Google dropping? I just made the assumption that if it's because of the sell imbalance, but if it was, then it's paired. Now I'm going to be a balance over on Alphabet. So yeah, if you're interested in, it's now only 1 million to the buy side. That is pairing rapidly over there. So it's not really staying. So this happens like at 55, which is the major pairing event. That was a pretty good shorting off. Really small now. 900,000. It just went to over there on SpaceX. Still a few other ones. That Bloom Energy is still $7 million. Bloom Energy is down 10%, and it's still $7 million. Yikes! 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 That is not. And Dan McIsaac, you're right. That's a very. When I was making the notional point between Opendoor and SpaceX, relative to the day's volume, that's low to shares for Opendoor. Opendoor's only done 33 shares. So relative done on the day, there's still 10 million left. That's pretty big. It's 91 million. There's 100 million in interest on the close today of Open. It's done 34 million right now. It is going, like that's crazy. That's 3x the daily. It's going to be the closing print. That's monstrous. So it's still pretty significant here. Someone just asked me about. So the easiest thing for me to do, a list. One of the easiest things that you can do is I just make called close, and then I'm tracking in there. I save, and then boom, I wait on one of my other level 2. So I can find small sell of 200,000. It's the easiest way I find to be able to keep track. There's like 1 million going on. So we to go. AMC's of 15 million buy. Door is still pretty significant. Opendoor actually just flashed to the downside. Opendoor just paired off down to 4 million shares from 16. So it's actually coming, and that's being reflected in the price. So way back down shares to the buy side. A lot of these are just pairing off.
Let's see, let's see what we got. We're ready to rock and roll. Let's see if we can get I don't like it below the volume weighted average price folder, everyone. I'm prepared to get out. We got another minute and 20 to see what happens here. But 55, I wanted it to, so that's okay. I mean, we got a nice scalp on and allow it to come against aggressively. And it is honestly a counter trend at this point. So an extended in a strong, I don't necessarily see that happening at this point with SpaceX. There was a good opportunity maybe off of 156. We probably took that one there. Or, right? I'm pretty sure it was before the balance itself coming out. 54. So yeah, that flipped, turns the around, Neil. And now we're having some struggle a little bit higher. Looks like it wants to break down aggressively. Yeah, exactly. It looks like it went down aggressively, which is fine. Again, we'll stay on the tape and see. We only have 50 seconds left. Not going to expect out of this at this point. Market, like, I don't think I'm going to get hit too heavy right now, Neil. I don't have that much time. I'm giving me a second.
It's Nasdaq.
Yeah.
Remember, it's not in. You can't lock it. To the book.
Yeah.
And it's limit. Still potential print, but you would have to print, and then you need to be able to get the limit price.
That's fine.
A couple of names are moving at the end here, or did pair off significantly. Opendoor is now a sell, believe it or not. So flip from buy to completely pairing off. It is now so one of the biggest ones out there. Paired the whole thing off. This closing bell to end the week brought to you by the American. Shout out to them, and I want to thank them for this closing bell as wrap up the week right there. Want to give a big shout out and thank you to viewers with the super we can enjoy pizza and beer on a Friday. Why not? See us over here with more pizza. Like what? Eat more?
I feel like you can eat.
What do you mean you feel like I
in the most respectful way, man.
I'm the one that's gonna eat the most.
Because I just feel where I stand, you have a high metabolism. You just eat a lot. Yeah, we got Michael has some, man. We make sure everyone's already.
I'm not trying to eat last pizza unless everyone's eating. That's just rude. There's nobody.
Cal want it.
Literally nobody wants it. If literally nobody wants it, of course, but just only if nobody's gonna eat it. I've already had a couple slices, man. I'm not trying to be like craving or anything, but I mean pizza, so I'm not gonna let it go. It's not getting thrown out. It's definitely about that. Like I don't waste food, especially when it's like viewers. So, I'll give my thanks to you guys. You're the absolute best. We have a lot of fun doing the show. Absolute blast. If you guys, and I know you're going to enjoy next back on here with Joe, the entire team. You can just leave the ball. What?
To who, Michael?
Neil's name written on it. Yeah.
Oh, it's got written on it.
All right, so just eat it if you want to.
What? I can't eat it when we finish the show. I have to eat right now live.
Yeah, man.
That's how I have to eat it live. Everyone's always trying me eat because I'm always eating. No, it's fine. Absolutely fine. So what we're obviously, thank you guys, everybody. Want to remind you today at the close, at the Friday, but at the end of the month, the last calendar is still going to be something and some window dressing that happens at the end of the. Maybe not as crazy on Open Door, but there will be a little bit more on. So. I want to give a big show, obviously.
Yeah, have fun on your trip, man, and fly
all
safe.
Day work, guys doing, and of course, as he always does, not just bringing you all the news and the info. Remembering every single fact that we need to keep in our brain because we're regular human beings and not robotic magicians like Adair won the entire team.
I wonder what my boy's doing.
Tiffany, Andre, everybody. Randy ain't here. Mike, Rob, we had one head of IT, even got some pizza from the Trader TV. Everybody have a fantastic weekend. You do. You gotta rest, enjoy it. Monday morning, I won't see you at 8 o'clock. Else will. We're Trader TV Live. Have a good weekend.
Love y'all, man. Even Michael waved goodbye.
Yes.
Yay.
Deuces.